What does that say? Stop?
Stop streaming. No, no, we're started.
We're started. Oh my God. All right, guys. How you doing? Welcome to Stay Fishy Friday. Um, didn't have no intro.
Some technical difficulty.
Oh my God. They changed things in here and Josh is turning this on and that off, and now the whole thing's stuck. I accidentally started the stream earlier and I had to shut it off. And then once it's off, I couldn't reopen it. I had to restart a whole new stream. And we just got it to where we figured out the automatically start was on, and we got that ticked off. So, wow.
There we go. Yeah, we're here. As
Yeah,
you
we're
can
live.
see, your favorite little adorable host is here, little Miss Alora.
Show what happens when you try and take her bottle from her.
Oh,
Come on now. Show her real quick.
when her nipple collapses, I'll do it again. It's
She's so
collapsing
cute.
now.
She throws a
We gotta
fit.
fix it. Sorry, sweetie.
All right, I got to get this
We
to the
gotta
screen
fix
where
the
we can see.
nipple. We gotta fix the nipple. She sucks on it so hard, doesn't let no air in it. Here you go.
She was about to start screaming.
Yeah, that's her new favorite thing to do right now is scream at the top of her lungs. Look at this foam out there.
Okay, so I want to show you guys my new setup for watching Tracy. Since I don't have a nurse, I have a little iPad, and on the back of it, I have a 1 million whatever brick block power bank, and then I have I must have left them in the kitchen, a set of Bluetooth earbuds. So now I can set this down by me. I can see it, and I can have the earbud in my ear. As long as the TV's on, I hear it, and I know I'm connected to her. I can work, get things done. And before I used to have to do it on my phone, and I'd have to walk around with the phone to my ear. And then anytime somebody would call me, or somebody would call me, it would disconnect Tracy. So I'd have to reconnect to Tracy all the time. And I immediately start walking in the house when I do that. Because if it don't reconnect right away, which sometimes it don't. So this is working great. Now people can call me and I get notifications without disconnecting Tracy. It's only on this iPad and it's going straight to the one camera. And it stays on and it can last literally like 20 hours with this power brick hooked up. It's plugged in constantly. It's doing great. It's doing a great thing. So I love it, and it helps me do things around here.
Yeah, pretty nice. Good little setup you got there.
Yeah, and we ended up having it for free. We had the iPad sitting around here forever, and Skylar went in and got it working again. It was Tracy's, so I haven't used it for 3 years, and all of a sudden now it's back up and running, and it serves a purpose now. Helps out. It helps out my life big time.
Oh, that laptop that Sky put software on for us, they put out a new update and it works again.
Works fine.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, let's see. We got a bunch of people here.
Yes, we do. And they're asking for the drinking word tonight. Someone suggested Friday. Kind of like it.
Friday's good, but you know we haven't been using a drinking word.
Yeah.
We've been using anytime you see Big Rich take a drink, you got to take a drink. In other words,
Drinking
keep
word
up.
tonight. We got Friday. There we go. Happy Friday, everyone. It is here. Oh, I see you got some letters here to do
I
tonight.
don't know if you did these last week or not. You have to look inside it.
I don't remember doing this. So no, unless it was after I left. But no, we ended the stream when I left.
No,
So, yeah,
me and
we
Skylar
did.
stayed on for a half hour more. But I didn't do them, so I left it here for you.
Cool.
And this had a $5 bill in it too. So when you get around to being able to read that,
Yeah, so we got a letter from RJ. It says to OFR from RJ Michelini. It says, Dear Big Rich and Josh, I have a good idea. I saw the turtle cam footage in the pool, and I think it is very relaxing to look at. All the big monsters. Oh, that's upside down. No, it's not. I did really like it looking at the cichlids, but I really think you should do 16 hours of turtle cam. P.S. Here is some money for the something. I will draw one as. Please excuse my horrible drawing.
And he sent us $5 in there
And the little picture of a little drawing on there.
of the fish.
There we go. Well,
Well,
thanks,
thank you
RJ.
very much. Thank you.
Very kind of you.
Okay.
You get this chat up, we're good. Laura's wanting to play with my phone an awful lot.
That's gonna be more and more, son.
Yeah.
There's pictures and cartoons on it and stuff.
So we try and limit her screen time right now. We put her down with her toys and whatnot. She can entertain herself for hours.
Right.
And we just don't want to get in the habit of sticking her in front of the screen, you know?
Oh, you want to come, Grandpa? Is that what you want?
Oh,
Hey, sweetheart.
I'll hurt you back. She's
You
got
go.
her cap. That's her favorite thing is her cap.
Don't go in Grandpa's face. It'll shut him up, huh? Okay.
Laugh, though.
Let me know when it's time to get to the Tracy update.
Let's dive into the chat here a little bit. We'll get a few more viewers on, and then we'll go to the mom update.
Okay.
All right, I got the live chat up, so now I can see your comments. Oh, that's coming through mom's screen. I'm like, why am I hearing it?
Oh, right here.
Yeah, they can't hear it. So this week coming up, I know you guys have seen the video that came out today, but my dad's been preparing for taking that awning down on the side. This Friday, actually, we have the builders coming, and they're going to put up the steel lean-to carport on the side there. So what that's going to allow us to do is, for one, we can have a hard top over the koi tank. We can finally build a nice platform for it, level that tank out, and then we can cut out the overflow and get that tank running once and for all. We can set it up now without taking out the overflow, but if we just take a sawzall to it and cut it out, we're going to have to fix it. So if we just do it, we got to do it.
Right.
So we're going to just take the sawzall to it, cut that overflow out, and gain a foot of tank space. And we'll be able to set that up. We'll have covers over the shallow koi ponds, and that'll actually help us from the blue herrings and whatnot. We had issues in the past. These fishing birds would come down, not only the blue herons, there was the cormorants that would come down too. And it would come in and try and get fish out of this, 7-foot round tub. So we had to keep a net over it. So now with this awning over it, we wouldn't have to worry about the fishing birds. So that's a plus there. He'll have, a dry place to store his lawnmower and the forklift and extra tanks and stuff. Not have to worry about the snow load. That's the biggest thing.
Snow load is the biggest thing.
And we
Every time it snows in the wintertime,
you
have to get up and go out there and use a broom to push up to get the snow off before it builds up too much.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes 2-3 times a night, 4 o'clock in the morning, you're out there pushing the snow off. No, honey. Take this. Can you take her back? Thank you.
Come here, kiddo.
Ouch. Okay,
So yeah, that's coming up on Friday.
This Friday they're going to be here, so 7 days from today.
Yes.
So I've got 7 days. I cleaned it all under there to get that thing taken apart.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and rebuild it in the back, maybe smaller, so we can eliminate the broken rods.
Mm-hmm.
And the bent ones we're going to bend back straight and use it as a parking area for like the bobcat and stuff.
Yeah. Backyard boats, $2. She said Friday. Drink up.
Skylar. Thank you, Skylar. Even when she's not here, she's here.
All right, I think we got enough people on now. We can go
261,
ahead.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
612, the Tracy update.
All right. So Tracy has been just amazing this week. I have gotten so much more sleep than normal. She's doing so good. She ain't waking me up with any alarms or anything like that. She's sleeping through, So now I get up every 3 hours with her, reposition her, suction her out, take care of her, and then I go back to sleep. And, like I said, I've got the camera on her, and it goes to my stereo in my room. It's way loud in there, so anything. If she coughs, I get a notification. If there's any movement, like if she was to fall over sideways on the bed a little bit, I get a notification, and I can see the camera and then run out there and fix her. So I mean, the way I've got it running now, it is so streamlined and so smooth, and she is just so comfortable at all times now compared to when the nurses were here. So yeah, she's doing so good. And then I had a nurse here just the other day, and she says that her hands are doing great. You know, she's all nice and loose and limp, and you know, she says she's doing great. That's amazing, and she liked the way that Tracy was. She goes, you know, she smells pretty, and I'm like, well, I spray her with her pear cologne, the pear glaze from what's it
Victoria's
from?
Secret.
Victoria's Secrets. That was her favorite. Well, that was my favorite. She couldn't wear that around me. So I spray her with that and make her smell pretty all the time. So then, you know, we do her fingernails. If any of you guys are close, seriously, if anyone wants to help, if anyone wants to be involved, you know, like once a week, come over, or once a month, come over and do her fingernails and toenails. You know, that'd be great. It's so hard for me to see, and I'm sitting there, I'm like this with her toenails. Yeah.
You just want to tell me when it's getting that time. Yeah, come over and do it.
Okay. And then let me see what else. Anything else I could do? As far as we've got the room so organized now. We went through all the shelves, all the cabinets, all the stuff, and we got everything labeled. Everything's organized. My way of organizing things. It's so much easier now. I mean, I know where everything's at. It's just it's amazing how much more sleep I'm getting without a nurse here. You know, I can't believe I was not getting hardly any sleep when the nurse was here.
Someone's asking, is Rich a trained nurse? Just curious. He seems to know a lot.
No, I took 12-hour course to be able to bring her home from the nursing home because she got this huge necrotic bed sore. It was black skin. I mean, it was like an inch thick. It had to pack it with I forget the name of the stuff. I don't use it no more, but it was bad. And I got her home and I got that closed up, and she's never had a bed sore since.
Packing with sits is over in it.
Silver, yeah, it's silver oxide or something like that. And what it do is it would eat the necrotic skin and help promote new skin growth. And it was horrible. I've never seen nothing like it. That was horrible. And that was from a nursing home, so I could not let her be there. And they were fighting me, because she's got the Medicaid, so they're getting their money. They don't want to let her go, and they're telling me that I couldn't handle it and this and that. And I went in there and I did a 12-hour course, and they told me that no male has ever passed that in 12 hours before. They've always had to come back for a few weeks and this and that. They've had a few females pass that course, but all it was just general caring, common sense and general caring. That's all that was, They showed me how to take the trach out. Okay. It seems kind of rough the way you did it, but I'll do it that way. And I did it, and no problem. So now I'm changing her trach every 60 days. I take it out of her hole, the hole's there from her esophagus, and put the new one in. You have the new one ready and lubed up, and you have the spare one set aside, which is a size smaller. Because if you pull this one out and you can't get the next one in, you got to hurry up and grab the backup and put it in. It's a smaller size. It'll fit in, It only makes sense.
Jason Fuller, $10 says, Team Tracy, happy Mother's Day to Tracy. You hear that, Mom?
There went my phone. Yeah, it's Mother's Day coming up pretty soon. You know what I've noticed? All my life, you kids were getting me Mother's Day gifts and stuff like that, and cards. I haven't gotten a Mother's Day card in a while. I took your mom back in, and I let her live here, and she needed to fix her relationship with her kids and all that stuff. But I was mom and dad to you guys for a long time. Yep. And I'm kind of upset I don't get Mother's Day cards no more. No, Tracy took back over, and she started being wonderful. She started being a great mom, great everything, But yeah, anyways, back to how she's being taken care of. Let me see.
Are you smacking me?
The simple little things is what she's lacking on a little bit. Like just to get her out of the bed and put her in the chair and take her around the block. I've got so much going on here, I can't leave the house. So I can't do what the nurse was doing, but she didn't do that very often. So, I'd like to be able to do that. What else I can do? this. I come out to the bed and I'm like, this is really hard to turn you over. What is going on here? And she was sunk down in the bed. And I'm like, is there a hole in this mattress? I bought the mattress that has 20 tubes in it. And like these 10 fill up and then these 10 fill up. So that there's a different pressure point all the time. Every 15 minutes it changes. And somehow, some way, it got a hole in it or something because she was sitting down on it would be the rails of the bed, but I took a 3-inch memory foam mattress and I put it under her air mattress. So now when her air mattress depleted, she was sitting on that memory foam, not the metal of the bed frame. So I realized there's no air in it. And, I get her up in the Hoyer lift and I got her in her chair and I got her tied in and, because there's seat belts and stuff like that, straps and all that to hold her in right. I got to take her head thing and hold it up and put her side things in. And she gets in the chair and she can't fall out. And I tilted it back so their head's back and she can sit there and watch TV. I go and I start taking this mattress all apart. I'm taking the cover off. I'm doing all this stuff. I found out that there is a pull cord on the side for in case you have to do CPR, you can't have no air in the thing. Well, somehow that got pulled. And she's sleeping on the little memory foam mattress. And I don't know how it happened, but I put that back in and started blowing back up. I'm like, oh my God. Now I took the zipper all the way across and out and then back off. I had to put the zipper back together. It took me like an hour and a half. Finally got it back together and was able to put the zipper cover back on. And now she's back up there and up high on the bed and, doing really good. So, yeah, that was a pain because I can't get to the ground. And, her mattress is, 2.5, 3 foot off the ground. So instead of bending over because it hurts my back, I was down on my knees and I'm kneeling around the bed to unzip this and unstrap that. It's got like 6 straps that strap on. And it was a pain in the butt. But I got it back together and now the machine's back up pumping and it's all working great. Cool. So, yeah, a little pain in my butt.
Rob's Ray TV, $2 says, Happy Mother's Day to my favorite mom, Big Rich.
Oh, I was going to say, because of Tracy. It changed it up on me. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And long time no see, Robs. We're going to have to get you back on the live stream one of these
is this my Robs?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Robs? How you been, brother? I ain't seen you in forever. I tried calling him a couple times, but he'd been busy and stuff. So, and he's driving that little smart car now. So I figured he ain't got a lick of sense. No, I'm kidding.
It's got a Tesla now.
Tesla, is that what he's driving?
Yeah.
Nice, moving on up.
I do recall a video of him in said smart car though.
Yes,
it was hilarious.
He's like my size.
Well,
and he's getting in and out of a little smart car. It's like 4 foot long and 3 foot wide.
No, he showed me the video or sent it to me of when he got out of the smart car and forgot to put it in park, and it went down his driveway, across the street, into the woods.
No way.
He comes out the house and he's like, "Where's my car?" Oh,
he ran.
Laura thought it was funny too.
You can't be chewing on a pen. That might pop one day.
I took the fat thing out of its head.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, she's just chewing on it.
She got her front teeth in and she got to chew on anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tracy's been like really a pleasure to take care of. I even forgot that she's there. She's so easy to take care of now. I mean, it's hard to take care of when you have to do the work. You got to be able to do like this morning. I spent probably an hour and a half, cleaning everything, giving her bath, clean, like armpits and all that. And you got to wash everything. Then you got to go back and rinse everything. Then you got to go back and, put your deodorant on, put all this stuff on. But then you have the trach. You have to clean with a wire brush because you don't change that but once every 60 days. Right. And if you don't clean that, it gets yellow and nasty quick.
Yeah.
And then it has a foul smell. So you got to clean that every day. And then you got to take the inner cannula out, clean it, and put it back in twice a day. I mean, there's a lot of little things, cleaning around her feeding port or her peg. It's called a Mickey button. And there's just lots of things, cleaning between each toe. And, you got to remember pretty much everything. Oh, you know what did happen? I usually take her knee or her legs when she's laying there, and I'll bend her knee up right? So I've got her knee here, and I use that to turn her over. I thought I broke your man. I took her knee and I got her shoulder here, and I go to roll her over, and I heard this big loud pop. And I'm like, oh no! I made sure that I can move her leg in all directions. It didn't like pop out of the socket or something. I was freaking out for a second. That was loud. It ain't like a knuckle cracking. And it was just her leg popping because she was able to move it in all forms. And I looked at the heart rate thing, and it wasn't going up. Like if I'd move it a certain way, and her heart would jump up, I'd know she's in pain. No, it didn't move at all, and she just popped her hip popped. Scared the Jesus out of me. I thought I broke her.
Rouse with another $2. Says check your text messages from my current cars, Rich.
All right, I will. It's on the floor though. I can't reach it. It fell. Let me minimize this here. All right, you're gonna get the text back.
You are jumpy tonight.
Yeah, she's full of energy.
Oh, she always is. She stopped napping in the middle of the day, so she gets like 1 nap a day, 2 if
Oh,
we're
really?
lucky. And
So
she's
that's going to
all
make
day
her
long.
sleep all night long too.
She's been sleeping all night long.
Well, this is
So,
you're so cute.
gotta get that starter off her face. Tarek says about the video from the day and the letters that are peeling off the van. Maybe it would fix the problem if you put them inside of the glass.
Yeah,
It wouldn't get damaged.
Here's the problem: you'd have to have it printed and made that way, and then you have to go through up above the whole top windshield is like a dark blue, spot, and you wouldn't see them nowhere near as well. I thought about putting them on the inside, but then it looks so much better on the outside. They just get cold and brittle, and then the wipers are hitting it during the wintertime. There's nothing I can do about it.
You got to think that those are already 2 years old now. They've been out exposed to the UV and the wet weather. I mean, if you buy one of those setups at the gear, I mean, it's worth it,
Yeah. So, as far as fish go, we got rid of the babies of the stingrays.
Yeah, that was quick. And
Yeah.
no, normally I sit on the baby stingrays for at least two to 2 months, but that there was some people that came and that they were eating. I knew that they were healthy, and they were like, I don't care. Like I was comfortable with them taking them, and they're already gone. They're rehomed, and they are all enjoying it.
She goes, I know where that goes. You dancing for us?
That is one of our favorite things to do now.
So, I've seen you put out a list for the fish that were readily available.
Yeah, I do that every week on Thursday. Sometimes I forget and it comes out on Friday, but I try to do it every Thursday. So that gives people a day's notice. You can come by on Saturdays and pick them up. Sundays are limited, and Monday through Thursday.
You're pretty much here from noon to 4 every Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah. Yep.
Alrighty. Any more news on any other tanks that we're doing? Anything like that?
We're just still waiting. We've got everything for that 1,000 gallon. We're still waiting on the hosing.
Oh yeah, we ordered that, and I forgot all about it.
Yeah, as soon as I get that hosing, that 1,000 gallon will be up and ready to go.
Remind me before you leave tonight. When we're done with this, I'll go in there and check the order and see what's going on.
Sounds good. But with that being done and said, we'll have that 1,000 gallon up and going. I think I'm going to take the bass out of the 1,000 gallon because
No way.
2 of them have paired off and they aren't letting the smaller 2 eat.
Okay.
And they dug a nest and they're just fighting it in there, and I really don't want that to lead to the death of some bass. And they're all starting to get pretty big, so I think I'm gonna put them in the Pacu tank, and that'll be better for all involved. So that'll give me 2,000 gallon tanks right there, and we can go ahead and make those tanks, you know, suitable for whatever fish we want to put in there.
We haven't figured out what we're putting in the one empty 1,000.
Oh, I've already got it. There's so many fish out there. I have to split up that like it's gonna be crazy. I would like to pull the gars out of the 2,000, and
Okay.
I want to put the armadas from the 600
Wait,
in the
The
2200.
2,000. Are you talking
The
not the
2200.
2,200? Okay.
The two albino gars for Brian. Yeah. I would like to pull them out.
Can't you put them in with the stingrays for Brian that are in with the sturgeon?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Okay.
But those gars are known to be a bit aggressive. So I didn't want to put the armadas in the 2200 because that's going to be his forever tank. He's getting to be about 2 foot right now. He's getting real thick.
The one on the 650?
Yeah, and every time I come in the room, he sees me, he's on guard. When I stick my fingers up there to feed, he tries to bite.
She dropped.
Oh, you poor baby. Thank you. I'll get that for you. So he is ready to bite. Now I'm scared to stick my fingers up there. Like he hits that top so hard trying to get food. And like I gotta feed him huge chunks. Like I throw in the small chunks for Rays. He won't touch them. I gotta throw him in big chunks.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now I saw a video just today of a guy feeding his armadas, and it was a big armadas, you know, about 2 foot. And he took the shrimp and he did this, and he went down towards the water, and the armadas came up, and I'm like, oh my God, he's getting bit. Here he's going through a glass lid and didn't show me, and he hit the lid and go back down. I'm like, oh, that's just mean. That's just mean. But the armadas would have bit his finger. They're lightning quick.
So
Because from the time that the armadas went back away, then he jerked away, he would have been bit.
yeah, well, you have to watch with feeding like that too. Just in the 580, our other armadas has been on strike now for about a month. Has not eaten.
Really?
Ever since I was feeding out there, he came up so hard, hit the top glass lids, knocked both of his fangs and a few of the smaller teeth out.
Oh, God.
And I just seen him float down to the bottom of the tank, and he hasn't eaten since. His teeth have since come back in. I did a few videos on it, but he's just now starting to show interest in food again. So I would like to take him, put him in the 600, where this armadas did phenomenal. Yeah. Take the big armadas, put in the 2200. Don't touch him. Let him live in there and grow. Let's get him to 3 foot.
Yes, you know what happens if you try and move a 3 foot armadas? They die from just being stressed.
Yeah.
Instantly. They're like, they scare themselves to death.
Yeah, so it's very hard to move big tigerfish, big armadas. So once the armadas can reach, you know, maybe 30 inches, 3 foot, we can move them one last time from the 2200 to the monster pond. And call it done. I mean, we got.
I wouldn't even move them really. At that size, unless we sedated him.
We would see how he's acting in the tank, if he's able to stay, but if he's freaking out, we might have to, you know.
Right.
But that's the moves I'm trying to make there. I can also add in a few other fish once them gar out. But you know, Brian's working full time on the aquarium once again.
So we never know when he's coming to get the fish.
We're trying to get him to a point to where he can just set up holding tubs while he's still building, come and get fish, because it's hard for us to hold everything. There's been a bunch of fish that have come through that he would have wanted. We just don't have the space and the capability.
What about all that K3 media we have? That came from Vincent Wu.
You might want it.
Yeah, for sure. We've got barrels full of it.
Yeah. Unfiltered Fish Keeper, $2 says, got a Rita whale cat. Have you ever had one? I don't know what that is off the top of my head. That is probably a slang name for some sort of catfish. But yeah, I'm not sure. But if I had to make a guess, probably not. You are just going wild over there, huh?
Okay, so now that we got this fixed, the software like this, I can go ahead and turn on OBS software to start streaming and just leave it go. And then now we're back to the YouTube page. We have to hit start streaming. That's when it goes live.
Right.
All right, I'll start doing that from now on.
Do your plecos breed often? No, they do not.
Well, it
We
depends on
really
which
don't.
flecos.
We don't
The
give
bristle
them.
nose do all
we
the
don't-
time up front.
Oh, I'm not counting them.
You don't count them.
Out back, I don't give them the chance to. Like we have a pleco tank with probably 15 different plecos in there, but there's so many different species in there.
Right.
Which them parrot cichlids are starting to look really, really nice.
The only ones, oh yeah, you're driving Jerry crazy about not putting them in a tank by themselves.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're not here to breed
I know.
every single fish.
I
Like
know.
they're just a display fish. They're coloring up, and there's something nice to have in there.
Now the ones that we would have liked to have bred is what the guy that gave us all the 195s.
The black dragon, the Pseudocanthicus.
Pseudocanthicus serratus, yeah.
Which now the hype for that is there's someone that's already bred them in the United States. So
Yeah,
it
but
can't
Jim
be the
Kitchen
first.
was trying to be the first,
Yeah.
and that's all he wanted from us was to do that. But we had to separate them because they were trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi. So yeah, everything don't work out the way you plan in fish keeping ever. You're like you talk to the guy at the pet store and he says you can put these 4 together, they can go in with these 3, and you go home and you got one fish that's killing everything. It never works out.
So pretty soon here, I believe July. If Kennan's going to come up here, I think it's going to be July because he'll be going to Greg's and I'm passing back by us to go back home.
Well, that's the point. If he flies, then he probably won't be here. He needs to drive because he wants to drive back all these cichlids and stuff. And we may even give him a tortoise or something, or just keep 1 or 2
And a bird.
and a bird. No, stop it.
We have Kyle Hernandez, $10, says the Fitness Gram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start, the run. Know what that means?
What?
I don't know. I just ran the comment. But
if you care to elaborate on that, I'd appreciate it.
I did. I made a stop at the seafood market today, and I know a couple of you guys were worried. First, I want to say shout out to Shaker's Fish Market and shout out to our mod Lori. She calls every week and sees what they have ready for us. When the fish is ready for pickup, she sends me a text and says, "Do you have a box there waiting on you?" I do appreciate that, Lori and Shaker's Fish Market. You guys are awesome. Today I found out there was a couple people that were worried about when you feed salt water fish.
Yeah, we went over this last week too.
You can actually put poison them by some of the chemicals that are in the salt fish. But, we get a mixture of Lake Erie perch, we get halibut, we get tuna, we get shrimp, we get scallops. So a lot of it is fish safe. And the portion of, saltwater fish that we're feeding to freshwater fish is about 70 to 30. And I think we're good with it. We space it out enough. And there's really not a concern about it. But I just wanted to give a little shout out to that.
Oh, excuse me. If that's their main diet all the time, that's all they eat is that saltwater fish.
Right.
They can. I think it's thionine poison or something like that. I forget what it's called. Thymine. Okay. They can get that. Well, we're not doing that. They're getting all kinds of fresh seafood.
Yeah, the people who experience that is like people in Florida. They're using actual bait fish for feed. It's cheap.
Or they catch it.
Yeah.
And, with the nets, and they bring them home and feed them, that type of stuff. Anything to save a buck.
Right. We got Rob's Ray TV again, $5. Says the name of that catfish is Rita. Common names go by Bengal catfish. I've had them in the past. They grow about 60 inches. 60
inches. That's a new catfish I haven't heard of.
Yeah, we have not had one. Jim Sheasley, $10, says thanks, Lori. That is awesome.
Jim Sheasley was here working and helping yesterday and donating this time, helping me clean the side of the house. I had Skylar watching Tracy. I had Tracy on my
How about
phone.
that tattoo?
Oh, no, he was supposed to, come onto a live stream, so I don't want to bring that up yet. But yes, we have the first Ohio Fish Rescue tattoo on somebody's body, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, look, Lori, I got a whole box of fish tips today. I didn't bother putting that one in the freezer. I'm just going to thaw it overnight and feed it tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Because this was like they just stuck it in the freezer, so it was just starting to get frozen. It was like halfway to thawed. I'm like, cool. I'll just leave this out. And I'll feed it tomorrow. So we'll go through that, make another.
So my house is going to smell fishy tonight?
No, it's in the back fridge.
Okay, good man.
I don't bring.
So anybody that reaches in to get one of those Bud Lights that are left over that nobody's drinking,
throw that shit away. That is like a.
I can't throw it away. You know, do you guys know that you can go to the store and buy Bud Light, a 30-pack for like $12? It's cheaper than Pepsi, Coke, whatever. But I had bought a case for Reaper, and then all this stuff happened, and it's been sitting back there, and I give it away to anybody that wants it, and there's like there's like a half a case left, and now it's going to have that fishy smell burned into the outside of the can. So when you put it to your lips and you go to take a drink, it's going to taste fishy.
No, it's not. No, but this time around, we've got whole fish. I think it's mackerel.
Okay.
So we're gonna feed that to Brutus. But we got all sorts of good stuff. And every time I go in there and picks up the box, the butcher guy, he looks at it, he says, "Man, these fish are eating good."
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, more times than none, they eat better than we do.
Yeah.
The last box I had, we were.
Did you offer them a free tour anytime they want to come here? Just come out here. Okay.
The last box that I had, we were feeding lobster tails.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, people would kill for that.
I picked up the lobster tail. I said, "Jerry, how does this make you feel?" I ripped it apart, throw it in the pond. He said,
"Not for human consumption, people."
Exactly. He's like, "This stuff is so good. You're just feeding it to them." I'm like, "They deserve good stuff too."
Wait a minute, my fish like surf and turf too.
And we got a whole big old bag of shrimp back there too.
You know what kills me? We have volunteers that come by here and help us out, and then I buy everybody one. They get McDonald's or pizza, but the fish are getting lobster tails and shrimp.
Scallops. Yeah, along with them lobster tails, it probably had about 50 scallops.
Really?
They put in there. Those are actually nice. They're just.
Now, how are they liking it? You found a difference between which new food that they like and don't like?
So, I mean, a majority of this, like, the last time we got them scraps and we were feeding them, there was a lot of oils and they didn't really like it. This stuff, like I said in the video, there is a learning curve. They got to learn that this is food. Like they know shrimp, they see it, they smell it.
We feed tilapia and shrimp normally. Nobody's ever had a problem with shrimp, but some fish, like Brutus, won't eat the tilapia.
So yeah, there is some fish that are picky and won't eat certain things, but them gar aren't picky and they'll come down and pick up all the shrimps.
Okay.
So everything that I feed is getting eaten.
The new stuff, have you found that Brutus likes any of it?
Yeah.
Which is what? What's his favorite so far?
I fed him a 12-inch fillet, probably about that big. It was perch, and it had the skin on and everything.
Nice.
I fed it whole, and he's just like, whoa, ate the whole thing.
How'd that go? That's what he needs, is big chunks like that,
So, I mean, the more that I've been throwing stuff in, I've been, teaching him that it is food. So he's getting a little bit more lax because he would not take tilapia. He hated it.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
he started turning away the shrimp because he knows he can now watch the cichlids. We throw in pellets, and as they're sinking, the cichlids come up and get them, and he comes in and gets 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
So we had to train him away from that because we don't want him eating the cichlids.
Right.
get back onto the fish food that we're feeding you. Here's big fillets.
The ones
You know?
I've seen really going after the cichlid colony is them purple moon sharks, which I told you since day one are going to be an issue. And we've had the problem where they go on attacking sprees because
Yeah, and they almost killed
be,
the iridescent sharks in there.
Yeah. So as they get bigger, it's only going to get worse. And that's who I think we're going to have a problem with. I've seen them go after the cichlids.
The bigger they get, the less they're going to want them little tidbits. As long as we can get them eating these big chunks of new, like say if they like the flounder, you throw in big chunks of flounder and they're eating that. They'll leave the cichlids alone at that point.
Yeah. But ever since we started getting these donations from the fish market, I have not been buying tilapia because the fish, for one, they don't really like it. It's not as traditional. So we stick to shrimp and we stick to all the donated fish, and it's been working out. It's probably cut our food bill by about 40%. I would say, if I'm being honest. So I'll try and do a normal feeding of what they're used to eating, and then the next feeding I'll feed some of the donated fish.
You know what we need is some sort of plaque or an award or a trophy that says I donate to Ohio Fish Rescue, and give it to them at their all scraps go to Ohio Fish Rescue, something like that. They need something in their store for people to see that they donate. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, grab that piece of wood over there.
Well, Lori Kish, $2 says, glad to help. I have a few other places in mind. That is awesome. We also have the donations from Giant Eagle. I forget who got it. I think it was Skylar or who?
No. It wasn't Giant Eagle. It was a guy that works at a different store, and he's able to bring all the greens from his store, but the store don't want to be mentioned.
Gotcha.
So he's, back there, and he works in produce, and he gives us all the extra romaine and all this different stuff that they get. Stop it. Yeah. So this was made from our buddy Bob. He took this piece of wood, and then he engraved out the other pieces, and then glued them together, and then painted it. And who's that? Oh, Laura Marie Price. That's you. She's, I don't care. Ouch.
Super cute. Thanks, Bob.
That is awesome. And get up close and let them see what that is.
So it's actually a piece of wood that used a CNC machine. You actually carved out the name in it.
And then went over the top with like a roller or something.
Yeah,
and made the top is coated, and it looks beautiful. That needs to hang in her room.
So Bob's gift to do himself when he retired, he bought himself a CNC machine. He just has fun.
He has fun, and he sells signs to different places and stuff. Hey, you can't pull my hair and put your hands in your mouth.
If you guys remember, that's also the same Bob that helped us make the acrylic lids for the Bellagio tank.
Yes, and he gave us the PVC underwater drones that are wired.
Yep.
And I've got a brand new one and an old used one. And the old used one I used a couple of times and did pretty good video. I put my GoPro on it. It would go up and down. But the sponge that was on it that made it buoyant was bad. So that's all I got to do is buy a new, one of them pool noodles.
Yep.
And then cut pieces to put on it until they're the right size to make that buoyant. Then that camera thing works perfect. It's got a battery and a remote here and 100-foot of cable. And so he gave me a brand new one that ain't put together yet, and he gave me one that was already put together. Right. And that works great. I want to use that in the koi pond to get down in there and see the, chase around the paddlefish and stuff. So, Bob, we appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. Josh will mount that in the room. Maybe if you want to have your wife, she's a great artist. Yeah. Maybe you want to leave the white that he painted white and paint everything in between the light blue of her room and just mount it above her bed or something.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It'd match that theme perfectly,
Yeah.
So thank you, Bob. You're awesome, buddy. Best retired friend I have.
You're being so
All
good.
right,
You
do we
know
have
that?
any questions? Anything that we can help out with? Anything that we can, help you guys with? You just want to dance for the crowd, huh? Yeah. She's so cute, Josh. Your older brothers dropped the ball. Both your older brothers, they both dropped the ball.
One's got twins on the way.
Yeah, his oldest brother, my oldest son, has twins on the way, and they tried for what, the last 8 years, trying to have a kid,
Something like that.
and they just weren't lucky. And then all of a sudden, now they got twins. So he's bringing to the family. Let me tell you.
No, I just know he's gonna be in trouble. One's enough. Two would be, because you get one that starts crying, it makes the other one cry. And
Oh yeah, you got to feed them both at the same time, change them at the same time. It's crazy. And then if you give one of them a little bit bigger piece of the pizza, the other one's crying. He's bigger. This is when they're older, but I remember from you and Richie, together. And, it was crazy.
I just think about it, you're trying to get them to sleep at night. You get one down, you're trying to get the other one down, and it
You're
starts
still
crying.
thinking
Picks
baby
the other
time,
one
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Well, you haven't had I had experience with, all three boys coming up, and here's the thing. I'd try and wait till Richard would come over because I got him every other weekend. I'd try and wait till he came over so the family could go do things. We'd go to Cedar Point. We'd go do big things. And then my kids were like, why do we only do things when he's around? Blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, not my kids, but my two boys that were living with me. And I'm like, come on, guys, I'm doing my best to make everybody happy here, And I don't know. It was little kids think of the weirdest way that they're getting screwed. That's all I'm saying.
Where's the GATF going long term? So he's going to keep going up in tank size, probably be in the 4,400 for a while, and then the monster hunt.
That's its only move.
Yeah.
4,400.
The last time we grew tigerfish to 26 to 28 inches
Was in the 4,400.
in the 4,400. He was starting to get a little attitude and would go on some hunting sprees and take chunks out.
He'd take chunks out. When you got a 36-inch iridescent in there, you got to remember his tail fin probably about 10 inches tall, and it's the each little thing going, the prongs going to the fin. They were all like the size of a pencil, and he'd take a chunk out of this, and it'd be missing, like the size of a large spoon is gone out of his tail, and that's meaty, and it takes forever to heal and grow back on big fish. It don't take nothing on little fish when they're 2 inches. It grows right back in a week,
So Kyle Hernandez says, I had a 5-day power outage a couple months ago and lost all my fish.
Oh no!
Ever since then, I can't bear to stock my aquarium again because I felt so bad. Any words of encouragement to get me back in it?
Yes.
Let me tell you about it. You go first, then I'll tell the story.
Okay, let me know your story so I don't interfere.
No, speak your mind.
Okay, Kyle, you need to get a air pump, and then maybe some PVC going around to all your tanks. You can use rubber hose to all your tanks or whatever. But if this happens again, you have your one air pump, and that's all you need, right? Let's say you have at least one filter in every tank. Really? Let's say you have at least one sponge filter in every tank, and you're running everything from one air pump. At that point, you can now run it from an inverter from your car, a $70, what are they called? From Harbor Freight, the little
generator.
$70 generator. It's a little 2-cycle motor that runs for 5 hours on one little tiny tank of gas. So a gallon of gas fills it up like 5 times. So you get like 25 hours off of a gallon of gas. And that way, all you got to do is turn on your one little generator or plug it into your car to your AC inverter, and then all your tanks are still running, and you won't lose no fish. 5 days goes by, you can start back up again. Your main filters have lost their bacteria, probably have died by then. It needs to all recirculate and grow new bacteria. But you didn't lose them. That was my, once I did the whole fish room on one airline system, it's so easy for me because I bought that $70 little generator from Harbor Freight, and I started up outside, and I just run an extension cord inside to that one air pump. All tanks have air, and then if the power's out for more than 12 hours, I'll start up the big generator and run the pumps, which are the 10,000 gallon per hour big pumps, and it buys me,
So to add to his story and tell you a little story of my own, probably about, what was it, 15 years ago, we had a freak power outage here, and it was out for quite some time.
I wasn't here. That was at the last house.
I said quite some time ago, we had a big die off because we just couldn't do anything to it. This was before we had, access to the big generators we have now. Before we were prepared.
We were running out there taking big pitchers and picking up water and pouring it back in and picking up water and pouring it back in and trying everything we could.
That day we took about a $35,000 loss. And
you're talking about one of my Stingrays went bad?
Everything. We lost Stingrays, big Datnoids, platinum arrows.
You know what a sickening feeling is? You take this 30-inch Stingray that just died, and you're carrying it out of the fish room, out to the driveway to set it down to take pictures of all your loss, and he drops like 12 babies along the way. And then you got to go back and pick up the babies and put them next to it for the picture. Dude, I was heartbroken. I wanted to quit. Period. I was done. That was horrible.
That was $35,000 in rays alone, and then we had the extra fish that we've been growing out for years.
But see, this wasn't
total cost was probably about 50 grand.
This was
our cost.
This wasn't a garage that we turned into a fish room. We still had power because we had Cleveland Public Power here, but the house next door that was a rental property didn't tell us that their power's out. And the garage ran off of their power, and it killed everything, and we didn't even know. It was
this was when we were moving up to down to Strongsville, and we were up there, once a day. We were moving stuff out here, and nobody told us the power went out, and we walked in and just felt death.
I was
to get back to the point of the story. You can dwell on, how bad of a loss it is, but at the end of the day, you do what you love and you keep these fish. What kept us going? We weren't ready to give up and say, what, screw it, we're done with the hobby. That was a huge loss. But we thought to ourselves, we're like, we love doing this, so let's get back in it. Let's prepare better for next time. We got generators now. We've got fail safes. Anytime we have a mess up, I call it, we figure out a way to not make that happen again.
Right.
When we first moved out here, we were flooding the room every couple of days.
Yeah, we were.
We were going out there, and now we hardly have floods. Yeah. Like, anytime there is a human error, a mistake, we figure out ways to, how can we make this not happen again? Install overflows, fail safes, pumps, alarms. Like, no matter what it is, we always try and make better, so
this situation won't happen again.
The fish don't suffer, and we don't cause ourselves more work. But at the end of the day, we've come back better and stronger, and now we've come up with Ohio Fish Rescue, and we're here to the day because of that mistake. So don't let that event get you down. There are ways around it. You can figure out a way to come back better and stronger.
That whole adage that what does not kill you makes you stronger is actually true. You will not make that mistake again. Trust me on that. You will figure out a way to eliminate it and go on. And, you will get back into it. The first couple of days, everyone wants to quit. It's a natural feeling. Everyone wants to quit. And in our case, how much easier would life be if we just weren't tied down to, well, we can't leave here, We should have quit, but, we didn't. We persevered, and now look at us.
If we would have quit, it would have saved us a hefty bill back there.
There would have been no Ohio Fish Rescue. There would have not been 80,000 other little rescues popping up. Yeah. None of that would have happened, We filled a niche that needed to be filled, and now a lot, let's say out of the other 80,000 rescues that pop up, at least 10,000 of them are good carrying people.
So, our buddy Jeff Beatty messaged me the other day and came up with a good video idea suggestion. And it's to go around and put a value on each tank, not only the equipment, but the fish stock in it. If you had to guess off the top of your mind right now, if you had to go and buy everything and buy the fish,
brand new, so the tank you can guesstimate this is about this much.
Yeah.
The fish, where do you find a 3-foot GHF or whatever, and to try and buy it is ridiculous.
If you had to guess the top of your head of how much our fish room is worth, what would you say?
I don't know. $200K?
What? If you try and buy that 4,400 gallon tank
That's
today,
70,000. Yeah.
No. That tank alone, probably $200,000.
No way. No way.
I got a
We
quote.
talked to the guy at Water Dog, and he said he spent $9,000 on that window alone.
I called Water Dog for a 20-foot long, 4-foot wide, 4-foot tall. However many dividers you need in the tank. How much do you think that tank costs?
That would be the same size as the 2,000 outside, right?
Yeah, but 4 foot longer.
So 24 foot, or no, that's
It's
16
20,
foot.
so
So
yeah.
20 foot.
Yeah.
I don't know, 8,000.
54,000.
No way.
The cost of materials have gone skyrocketed. So you extrapolate that out from the 4,400, you're probably looking at a $200,000 tank there alone. You think about the cost of acrylic that has gone up. When them Bellagio tanks were first built,
They charged the Bellagio Casino $356,000.
mark that up to $500,000. Sorry, dropped it.
There you go, sweetie.
So, I mean, my
Here,
initial guess.
Let me reset that. Please shut up. No, I'm kidding. Take it.
My initial cost, if we had to build everything from scratch and buy what we have now, $1 million.
Thanks.
I know so. That 2,200, that's got to be a 40,000. That's all acrylic.
No, that guy had 100 grand in that tank at the dealership.
Well, I know last year he had 100 grand into the setup. I know Joe called ATM when they were still in business. This was 2 years ago or 3 years ago when he was going to buy it, and they told him 57,000 to make the tank at that time. Materials have gone up since then.
It's because the price of gas went up, the price of oil went up, the price of acrylic went up.
Imagine that's a $75,000 tank. I mean, just the tank alone.
So I can sell my tanks and retire, and I don't have to do no work.
See,
Really?
the problem is trying to find a buyer that wants a used tank for that much. But buying it new,
You know what? I probably have a better time selling my house as the Ohio Fish Rescue and take all the tanks with it.
Think that 1,000-gallon tank that I picked up last year from California. 8x4x4. That was, it's a 2-year-old tank now. Do you know how much he paid for that tank?
How much?
I'm asking. Take a guess.
No idea. 15 grand.
You're right on the money.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a guess.
With the equipment, it was around 20. But that's an 8x4x4. We got our 1,000-gallon 10x4x40 for $6 grand.
We have our 1,000-gallon is 10 foot long, 4 foot wide, and 40 inches tall. You're right. And I got
was
that
$6 grand brand new delivered, right?
delivered with 2 semi trucks delivering it. And I'm like, they're delivering my fish tank with 2 semi trucks. They had one back up, and they brought his lift gate up, and they were able to bring the tank over to it. They had another semi back up to it, and then bring his lift gate up and matched it. Then they brought him onto both lift gates, and they drove apart until the lift gates could lower it to the ground. And I was like, I love my new tank. This is to my end-all tank. I'll never be able to afford nothing bigger than this. I love this. And I got like $6,000 into that, and we bought it brand new from a company that was closing.
Yeah.
We got a great deal on it. So,
But now imagine that was 13 years ago, you know, 14.
crazy.
And now we're, you know,
I remember it like it was yesterday.
the times are, you know, a lot more expensive now. So that 1,000-gallon out there is probably a $20,000, $23,000 tank.
Wow.
I mean, and to today's value, we've got a lot of money.
Does anyone
wrapped up
want to
in that
buy an
business.
Ohio fish rescue house?
And then to make that pond what it was, if we were to buy it, for one, the installation of that pool alone would probably be 160, 170,000 plus the renovation from Greg, another 100,000.
Greg said that would be a $125,000 job.
You're probably looking at 200, 250,000 just for the pool alone. Not including, we're not going to include the, you know, the buildings itself, because there's 300,000 in the buildings, you know, the pool room, the fish room.
Okay, people, $1 million, you can buy the Ohio Fish Rescue, the house, the habitants, all the fish tanks, everything in it, a son included. I'm just going to go.
Well, it's talking about the value of our fish room. I think that would be a cool video to add everything.
That would.
Do a running tally.
What we'd have to do is call, like, say, water dog aquariums. What's that other one? The big, the one that made the big blue things that Rodrigo's got the tanks up from, Duncan or something. Dolphin tanks. Call them and see what it would cost to build the tanks that we have, each and every tank that we have, and put the value on it. And you know, then I even worry about the fish at this point. Just the value of just the tanks alone in the house, and then you know you got to add. I spent $45,000 on the first edition, $30,000 on the second edition under the fish room. So there's $75,000 right there on the two editions. And then we took over the pool room, and you know, Greg Woodstock said that's a $125,000 job right there. You know, so we're talking $200,000 right there just with the pool and then the whole fish room without any tanks in it, on top of the cost of the house, which we're listed on Zillow at, you know, $500,000. So, I mean, yeah, if you can get all the rest of the tanks for the other $500,000 and take all the fish stock and everything, I'm willing to sell. Me and Tracy will load up and go to Beverly Hills. No, I would go to like Florida, like Delray Beach, Florida, Lake Worth, Florida, Boynton Beach, Florida, something like that. And yeah, I'd get me a really nice air conditioner, and then I'm getting me a Harley with a wheelchair accessible sidecar. And me and Tracy, we do just like I promised her. Remember, I told you we were supposed to go to Sturgis and do all these biking events. I promised her that. I don't care that she's not back all the way. She should be able to go. So, sidecar it is.
Thanks. You're trying to give me your pen? That's awesome.
Okay, now it's time. My drink is done. I have to turn to water now.
We got Steve Whitmore, $10. Says, in memory of my dog that had to be put down this morning. I'm sorry about that.
Oh man, don't you? Oh. That stuff that makes me want. I hate that. You know, I mean, it may be better for the dog, but the what do you call it? The
dog.
No, the doctors, the vets. They tell you that this would be better. That's never better. I mean, yeah, it may take the dog out of its misery, but it's not good. And then you have to deal with a family member that you just chose to end its life because it's better for him. You know, how does anybody deal with that? That kills me.
They said, I'm sorry, it's not much, but hopefully this will get some sort of food or treats. You loved any.
Oh, thank you. Don't send us your money. We want to send you our money. Oh, my goodness.
And any donation is appreciated.
Oh,
so
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. You know, when Goliath died, we had what was he? At that point, he was 180 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and he died. At one point, that dog was 200 pounds. That was the biggest Great Dane I've ever seen. And you know, he died. He was 180 pounds. He was skinnier, and he died in Tracy's arms. She was petting him when he. She was petting him when he passed. And then, what are we supposed to do after he passed? You know, so Josh.
That was, for one, the ground was frozen. All right, so we had to wait like 2 days before the ground would thaw enough that we were able to get it because it was like a hard freeze. It was like rock out there.
You couldn't get your shovel in the ground.
So we had to wait 2 days for it to thaw enough, and then we went out there and dug a hole.
No, it took you and Mikey both to lift this dog.
Yeah, Mike helped me carry him, and then me and Clinton dug the hole.
Right, that was crazy. And I never wish losing a pet on anybody like that. That dog was like the coolest dog, you know. Do you remember? Do you remember? It was midwinter, and I had a run on the side of my house that went from the fish room to the front of the garage, and then he had a 20-foot lead from that, and then he'd run up and down and do all this and go to the grass and do his business and stuff. Well, Tracy went out there, middle of winter, cold as could be, but there was no snow on the ground yet. It was just like, I don't know, 25, 30 degrees. And the dog come running up. He's a big galoot, you know, and he comes running up, galloping beside her. He runs around her back and then takes off down the side of her. Well, guess what? The run and the cables behind her, it hooked her legs, and it took her legs out. Oh, my God. I'm in the house watching this, and her legs went out from under her. She hits the ground. She's so mad. Little Tracy's so mad. And he comes running back to her, and he's like licking her. Oh, she's on the ground with me. Oh, no. And he's licking her. And she's like, get off of me, you asshole. She was swinging on him. You know, he just wanted to play and gallop around. He's such a big sweetheart. And, you know, she's so mad. Little Tracy, she gets so mad. And when she gets mad, I laugh. Because she's like, darn it, Rich. Even when she yelled, she was quiet, you know? She was so, oh my God. And I have this video, but then I have one even better. This pertains to you, Pumpkin. Do you remember? I know you do.
I'll tell the damn story. I'm carrying a 30-foot ladder by myself. I'm carrying it down, and Goliath is like, oh, it's playtime. This 200-pound dog takes off freaking running. His lead catches one side of the 30-foot ladder, not only knocks the ladder out of my hand, but spins around and smacks me in the head and knocks me down. I'm fucking pissed.
We're inside. We're all watching. We're watching. You know, Clinton was here. I mean, everybody was laughing.
I take the ladder, I throw it, I'm done. I walk away.
I have the video. He took his leash, and Josh is, and the ladder goes, flap. He sprawled out on the ground. He tries to get back up. The dog comes back over trying to lick him and shit. Funniest thing. Well, it's not as funny as when you ran over me with the dune buggy. Do you remember that?
I remember it all. I also remember the old guy who fell off the trailer and he spun on his back like a
turtle. That was crazy. Okay, let me tell you about this story. This is crazy. Okay, I tell Josh, the battery's dead. We have a sand rail dune buggy. It was street legal.
We're push starting it, right?
No. The battery's dead. So I'm like, Josh, back in my day, we used to push start things. Get in it, I'll push it, and then you just pop the clutch when the motor turns over, you know, put the clutch back in and rev it. He's like, okay, Dad. So I'm beside it.
We got this on video too, mind you.
Yeah, I'm beside it, and I'm pushing. I'm leaning way into it, and I start getting going, and I get going faster. I'm like, okay, pop the clutch. Well, he popped the clutch and didn't put it back in. The thing took off and ran up my back leg, up over my back, and over my right shoulder. And I'm like, oh. I got run over. And Josh is like, you all right? I'm like, no.
All right, so for those of you that are worried about the pen in my daughter's mouth, there's no ink in it. It's just a plastic hard housing, and
I was worried the same way.
I'm never going to put my daughter in danger, so don't worry.
That's what I said about my children. And then here you are getting clocked by a 30-foot ladder with my dog.
Brittany Brittany Ziblis, $50, says, in
Hi,
memory
Brittany.
of Champion C. Whitmore's dog. There are few things in life greater than having an unconditional best friend. Here's the champion. Well, here's to you, champion. There you go. And yes, Brittany, before you have to ask, he's got his episode of Big Rich's Bitching Kitchen.
I know what I'm figuring I'm going to cook, okay? And it's
So
going to be a
coming.
royal treat.
Dewey Bazima, $11, says, today's my birthday, so I give something away to all the channels I watch. So
Aw. Happy birthday, brother. What's his name? Dewey Bazima?
Dewey Bazima, you got it.
Hey, there you go. Give him a clapping. Give him a clapping.
Yeah, good job. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. No?
She's shy.
Sorry.
There you go. She got it. Good job.
Good job.
We got the Vasquez family, $5, says, in memory of our pug, Janie Bell Monkey. Love
Aw.
our fishy family.
Aw.
Well, here's
to your pug.
Jenny Bell Monkey.
I miss that Great Dane, though, so much.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, if I ever lost him, it would be time to get an Irish Wolfhound. And then I also said, I will never get a cat. I'm not a cat person. They spray, they're terrible. Yeah, never going to get a cat. So here I am. You know, Tracy's down, so I'm like, that was her favorite thing, that Maine Coon cat. So I get the cat, and it didn't help Tracy come back, but I'm stuck with the cat now. And, you know, Skylar, she has taken over and been like cat mom, you know? So she claims that that's her cat. I really can't argue with her. I really don't want to take care of it. That cat's just mean. He jumps up in the middle of the night, you know, because, you know, Skylar's got her room, and I've got, you know, the cat litter box and the cat tower and everything in my room. So I'm like, okay. Hang on. So I'm like, okay, everything's fine. So here I go. I'm sleeping, and, you know, and I'm a big guy. I've got all my, you know, my phone, my remotes, my iPad in front of me, my you know, everything. And so I'm down on the bed a little bit. My feet are hanging off. This cat jumps up, grabs my foot with both claws, and sinks his teeth into my heel. You know, and this is, I bought you. You a-hole. So, you know, now I try and tell Skylar, what?
Kathy's trying to get the baby's attention with the weird saw doll.
So I try and get sheesh, I forget what I was saying now.
Yeah, I forget too.
The cat. Oh, I try and let Skylar take it into your room at night. You know, give me some peace.
That's an angel.
Yes, not an angel. Take it in
Let me
your
go
room.
grab him.
She comes back and she's like, no, that cat destroys my whole room.
No,
Yes, you did. Look, need you to say, the cat's still in my room, and last night was the first time he ever did this. He came up on the bed, and he came up to me, and I'm like, Loki, what's up? You know? And he walked over to me, and I'm laying on my arms like this, watching TV, and he walked over here, and he comes over, he puts his nose against my nose. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You know? The evil cat from hell, you know? What's wrong with you? And
He's showing you love.
he went and he slept by my side the whole night. Up until now, this cat hated me.
Just wait until you're sitting there sleeping and he comes up and starts purring on you and starts headbutting you. Like, look, mother fluffer, show me
Mother
some love.
bluffer.
Show me some love.
Here, hold him up so they can see his whole length.
he likes to be on my
Poor
shoulder.
buddy. See the
Now look
kitty?
at this thing.
Yeah.
Pick him up by his arms. No, not around. Look at this thing. He is 8 inches long now?
Yeah.
And he's 6 months old. Look how long this thing is.
He's a big cat. What's up, Norman Bates?
Right.
He looks
He
like
absolutely loves her and won't leave her alone during the day. But she won't let him sleep in her room at night.
So do you want to pet the kitty?
Why? So she doesn't smack
No,
the shit out of them.
she's
You
already
get both
grabbed
arms,
him really
just get-
bad. I
Although
know.
she grabbed his face hair and yanked his head down, and he didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
But
he
we
just
had his
sat there.
arms. So now she's got his arms. You can go ahead and let her pet.
No, she's aggressive with cats.
Yes, she is. She grabbed him by that
Well,
face
you
tuft
didn't
and
get-
yanked him down.
She's just worried about the pen. Here you go. Here you go. Say, hey, Norman, Mr. Bates.
Was that it, Kitty? Oh, that was very nice.
Want to pet him? There you go.
Yeah, that's behaving. Being good.
Good job.
Yeah. Look, the kitty likes you.
She has something to say about the cat.
No, she's happy.
Look at you.
He's.
He's getting squirmy, yeah. They pull him away.
If I hold him like this,
She's done.
you done with the kitty?
Good job.
Now she says more kitty.
You did good.
More kitty.
So the one that's most patient with her is Diesel. He'll sit there and she'll beat the crap out of him, just smack him, and
Really?
Diesel will just sit there and take
Take it. No
Yeah.
way. He's a good boy.
Yeah. Is that the kitty?
Pat him?
Is that the kitty? Yeah,
Yeah, take him away.
Da,
I know.
da.
Scratcher.
All right. Is there anything we can help you guys with? Any questions?
It's okay, boy. Here we go. You've been doing so good this whole live stream, you know that? Oh my goodness, you just drove everywhere. Thanks for being such a good sport.
Do you know how you were as a baby? Let me tell you one story. Your mother took you and held you up. I was changing your diaper.
Yeah.
And your mother took you and said, "Oh, he's so cute. Look at his little baby boy." And she holds him up, and you peed in her mouth. And she's like, but she didn't stop holding you there. I'm like, put him down.
So, do you remember how I was with?
Yes.
That's her with toilet paper.
Really?
She shreds it and rips it up and thinks it's the grand old time. She will run into the bathroom. She knows where we keep toilet paper. She'll open the cabinet and she'll grab like 3 or 5 rolls out and just rip them apart.
Really?
Like, what are you doing?
That's what I said to you about the baby powder. You're sitting there and you're like, you're pouring it all. You had a pile on your head. Every time you'd move, it'd fall off. You know, you had white powder all over you, the carpet. You were just covered in white, and you were just like blowing dust storms around.
AZ Fishroom asks for spoilers for the Big Rich's Bitchin' Kitchen.
I can't tell you that, son. You can give me a
It's-
list of
it's-
things that you
it's-
would like.
It's worthy of millionaires. I'm saying that.
Millionaires do like it.
Oh,
Now they're going to be
so
thinking
much
it's Chef
good.
Creme Brulee stuff or something, you know.
So much good. We're almost done this week. We can get
Josh looking like Tony Montana with the powder. He was.
say hello to my little friend.
But, well, yeah, it was a little friend. And the Fajaka guy. Remember, for 5 months. Well, thank you, Fajaka guy.
AZ Fishroom says, so you're cutting open the sturgeon for caviar?
No, we would never hurt any fish. You know that.
Jordan Fuller says, Rich cook-off against Gordon Ramsay.
Tell you what,
That
what
would be
I'm making on this bitchin' kitchen, this next one, Gordon Ramsay ain't got a chance. This is delectable. This is amazing. And everyone's going to want to try it at home because
He's going to be like, this tastes like shit!
me and Gordon Ramsay would be fighting then. I know I can take it. Wonder where Joey is tonight. Well, he's prepared for that Atlanta trip. He's leaving tomorrow. He's
Yeah.
only got 2 nights open now, and he's leaving tomorrow to go to Atlanta.
Blake Weber says, how do you sex a flower horn? I've heard you flip them over. Yeah, you flip them over and you basically look at their butthole. And there's two.
Holes.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to put it in layman's terms. But there's two different shapes to it. One's male, one is female.
Okay, if you see 2 of the same size holes, it is.
No, you've got a V or it's rounded.
You think?
Yeah.
No. Small hole, big hole. Small hole, small hole. That's the difference. Which one of us are right? There's no V in ventricle. Come on now.
There is a tube that sticks out of the hole for a female when eggs drop.
You
But
do
majority of the time on cichlids, you flip them over and you look, and either one's
2 of the
rounded
same size
or
hole,
it has
or
a V,
one
or it
small
has
hole,
a
one
V.
big hole. Look it up, son. Your daddy's always right. Just look it up.
Moby Dick Adobe says, I've never vented fish before, but I think Josh is right. Same with cichlids.
No. You both look it up. You both will be silly tonight. You both gonna be silly.
How do you sex a cichlid?
Fishing with Dano, 2 of the same size is male. See, I know there's people out there that will agree with me. The bigger hole, and the small hole, big hole is a female. And I'm waiting for you to answer this, and you never did. And now other people are chiming in. Guess who was right, pumpkin boy?
I think you're right.
You are wrong. Look it on the internet.
One's a V.
Mm-mm. Not at all. So fish are like people. One's a V, one's a P. No.
No, the hole, there's a V. in
No.
the ventricle.
It's a bigger hole. That's it. Not cichlids. That's how it is.
It depends on the fish. Sometimes
No,
you
it
can go
does.
bottom. But we're going for venting specifically. So we are both right. There are 2 holes for a male, but the female has one big hole with a V in it.
Females got small hole, big hole. Males got small hole, small hole. They both got 2 holes. If there happens to be a V in the bigger hole, I didn't see it because I'm blind as a bat. But I'm telling you, that's how I tell the difference between male and female. Period.
There you go. You are getting
Children,
a
they
flower
never
mess.
listen. They never listen. Let me get my hair fixed right here. It's on this side. We're reverse mirrored here.
Do you need me to get Flappy out?
Go ahead and flap around and find out, son. I will knock your block off.
You're the one who's gonna flap around and find out. Jim Sheasley, $20 says I forgot to make a rehoming donation when there yesterday. So we sent in $20. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks,
But
Jim. You
didn't
don't
have
got to do that. No, not at all. Not at all. Will Star's here.
What's up,
Still
Will Star?
claiming that Bigfoot's real. But see, here's the thing. I saw a Bigfoot in the woods playing a saxophone. And Will Star was nowhere around to video this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Look on his YouTube. Look up Bigfoot saxophone. And you will see his page. And here, Will Star can't find him. We already found him.
Want your pen back? You love that pen, don't you? I don't know where you put it, though. There it goes. It fell on your Here you go.
All right, Sue Ann says, you will never find Sasquatch because he lives in my basement. Hey, Sue Ann, we don't talk about our personal lives here and what you do in your personal life, so you keep whatever in your basement.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
Right. The poor Sue Ann.
She's getting very vocal.
It's a fish keeper. They just sent us something. What did they send us? I'm pulling up a memory.
Kevin, Josie.
Oh, I know. Unfiltered Newskeeper sent us.
Where is it?
He ain't here yet. Ain't here yet.
Who told you? Skylar?
Kevin.
No, he didn't. It was going to be a surprise. I was going to pull out on the live stream.
Oh, you knew about this?
You weren't supposed to know about it. That's
I
the
found out
package.
about it.
How?
I don't know.
It was Skylar. I know it.
It could be. I don't know.
Kevin, the prank's up. He knows. Damn it. I was supposed to let you open it on a live stream.
Really?
Yeah.
You were going to set me up like
It's
that?
going to be freaking hilarious. We're still going to do it.
You're a good son.
I wouldn't be a good son if I didn't let you do it. Freaking Skylar, man.
Both of us. What do you got to say, Skylar?
You got supposed to. Surprise for you too.
Kevin's the one who sent me the tracking info.
He sent me the tracking info.
Well,
All right,
you
so
blew
one
it.
of you two blew it.
I didn't blow it. You blew it.
You blew it.
How the hell does he know?
Laura?
How
How
do
the
I
hell
know?
does he know?
Laura? Yeah.
She can't even say blow up doll.
Yeah,
You
she
said
did.
blow up doll?
It's a pop doll.
Stop. You guys are totally destroying the whole surprise.
Look, somebody said after hours with Skylar. Yes, after dark with Skylar.
No.
After
Yeah, we
hours?
can't keep her from swearing on
You
our live
fudged
stream.
up the whole surprise, so no.
How do I fudge it up?
She did. Kevin, you should have just sent it to my house.
You should have. Why'd you tell me?
You can't trust Skylar with a secret.
And she's a girl.
I
She
didn't
has
say
a mouth.
anything.
Look.
How does he know
watch it,
about
watch this. Watch this. Go ahead and talk. Say anything.
Remember.
See, I know she's lying because
I'm a
you
woman.
can tell when a woman's lying if her lips move while she talks.
I'm lightweight disappointed. Bob Taylor, $5 says toast, Brutus, and appetizer. After hours with Skylar? Question mark.
Yeah, after hours. Come on, keep Skylar on.
She
Thank you.
destroyed the whole.
You ruined
thing.
everything.
Unfiltered fish keeper, $2 says I didn't say shit. Best get the patch kit ready.
Oh, no. Why would I need a patch kit?
I'm gonna whack the
For
F out
rough
of you.
treatment?
I'm gonna whack the F out of you.
This has been in the works for about a month,
Really? I just found out about it.
and she couldn't keep a secret. It's in the mail. It's supposed to show up here any day now.
I waited 2 weeks.
Is that the
How
package?
long
Wait,
have I
is
told
that the
you?
package you told me don't open it if it's from blah?
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you too.
Huh?
That's what I told you. Do you know what he did? Do you know what he did? I told him, I was like, there's a package coming, right? You can't open it. This is the only reason why I told him. And so every package that came in, immediately, knife, open box. Look
If
what's
it's
to
to
the
me,
hand.
it comes to me.
Talk to the hand.
And I
Talk
was
to
like,
my
stop,
hand.
Talk to
That's
the
it.
hand. So it is. You guys have something to look forward to next week. Kevin Josie ordered a life-size blow-up doll with King of DIY's face on it.
Are you serious?
And I know you're just so
I'm
excited
going
to have
to
it. You're so excited to have it.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do when you first get
I'm
it?
gonna send Joey a video of it.
Says, "Hey there, big boy. What are you doing tonight?" Brushing his forehead, you know.
Oh my god.
God damn it, Skylar. I
Hey,
was looking
Skylar.
forward to that.
Skylar. Talk to the pin.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to get the little one home.
You want to stick around?
How far after dark?
Have a seat.
All right, let me get my drink.
Okay.
That's important.
It was nice hanging out with you. You know, hashtag, damn it, Skylar. Hashtag, you ruin everything. Hashtag, I can never have anything nice in this damn house.
I love you, Josh.
Love you too. But damn it, even a whole war is mad. That was gonna be freaking hilarious.
Oh, it's still gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh my goodness. All right, I gotta pack up her diaper bag, and I still gotta feed the fish a little bit. So I'm gonna go get that done, and I'm gonna head out of here.
Take this plaque home with you.
I will.
Do a video of it hanging up and whatever artistry she does to it.
Screw Skylar. What the hell?
You ruin everything. Can never have anything nice in this house.
Have a high five?
All right.
Fist bump.
Coming in behind you. I'm gonna take this to the
Show it
car.
one more time. There it is. There you go. That's not how you show it.
Skylar, show him the picture.
My
Okay.
dad.
Unfiltered Fish Keeper wants me to show you the picture of what's coming.
Oh, you have a picture of it?
I do have a picture. I didn't show him the picture.
Wow, you knew this all the time?
I knew it the whole time. Here,
Hey, Skylar.
we could.
The Vasquez family says loose lips sing shit. This is it?
I'm gonna show it on the camera too.
No, we can't.
It's not that. It doesn't have a hole in it. It's just a, like you put inflatable that you put in your pool or whatever. Let me show it.
You can't.
Okay, I won't. I won't.
They need
until we
they
get
need
it.
to see it all
Okay.
at once.
So what do you have to tell Unfiltered Fish Keeper?
Kevin, you're the greatest. Don't show it. Oh my God. Kevin was here and he came in from Oregon. He came here and he brought this like huge tub full of Tillamook, like what do you call them, jerkies and what do you call them? Where you go to the store and you buy the thing of meat, it's $1. What them called
When was this? Did I meet him?
no, keep up with me. You go to the store and you buy a meat stick, it's $1. What's it called? Like beef jerky.
Jerky.
Yes, thank you. He had packages of different, Tillamook jerky. He worked there and he just gave us like cases and cases of it. I ate good. I mean, I lost a lot of weight eating nothing but jerky for months.
So Unfiltered Fish Keeper.
It's Kevin Josie.
He made you lose weight by eating jerky.
He helped me lose weight, yes.
Kevin, this gift. I'm sorry. I tried to keep it a secret, but I couldn't. I couldn't hold it in because I was laughing so much when you were messaging me about it, and I was laughing my butt off. And yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You see this right here? You see that?
Slip sinks chip.
Yeah.
Loose. I can't say that.
Uh,
I can't say what I was gonna say. Fish what Dano says doesn't have a hole.
Doug Avery says, "Did you hear Florida banning fish and all that stuff?" Yes. We'll believe it when we see it. It's been brought up so many times because of how many invasive species are in Florida. I mean, you go to Lake Ida and you fish for clown knives. These fish are better than bass to catch because of how tall they are, and they're sideways. They're going against the water, and you're trying to pull them. They've got all this water pull. It's amazing the strength that these fish have, and people just accept it. Clown knives, they rock.
Unfiltered Fish Keeper said, "Rich loved my meat."
I guess he can say that. I'll give him that.
You love Unfiltered Fish Keeper's meat.
Yes, it was Tillamook jerky, boxfuls of it. I ate the crap out of it.
So you loved Unfiltered Fish Keeper's meat.
Yes,
You
he
love-
had the
you
best
love-
meat around.
Say Kevin had the best meat around. I love his
Kevin
meat.
had the best meat around for sure.
And say I love his meat.
I did love his meat.
All right, somebody take that as a clip. Make it into a short or something. Send it to us. Hey, do you love Kevin's meat more than you love Joey's balls?
See, now everybody gets this thing out of proportion. I said I love the King of DIY's balls because he took on corporations. He took on Corey from Aquarium Filter.
You love his balls?
Yeah, he loves
See,
DIY.
Does the blow up doll have balls on it?
And we're gonna have to put some
See,
on it.
guys.
Bye, Josh. Bye, Laura.
Wait.
Get out of here.
So no, which one do you like more? DIY Joey's balls or unfiltered fish keeper's meat?
I respect DIY Joey's balls. He takes on corporations. But Kevin Josie's meat showed up and it was good.
So which one are you gonna pick? Are they equal?
I would have to go with the meat because it benefited me and it was here.
Kevin, your meat's better than DIY Joey's balls. Do you regret doing this after
Moby
your
Dick of
short?
Dominus says, it's a blow-up action figure, Josh.
It is. He's right.
Oh my God.
No, the height is accurate on the blow up doll because it's only gonna go up to Rich's knees pretty much.
That's about as tall as Joey is.
Yeah.
And he's not here to
No,
defend himself.
That's what Kevin said too. He's
Joey can jump up and get a measurement as how high he jumps and be 4'3".
here, hold on, let me see what he said exactly. Give me 1 second here. It's just over 2 foot, close to life size. That's what he said to me exactly.
That's about life size.
I have my phone.
That would be really helpful, wouldn't it?
Thanks.
Hi, Jesse.
It's a crying shame, Skylar. I'm glad you stopped slacking and decided to join us.
All right, you slacker.
No, I was banished to the Shadow Realms.
Only because you won't listen to me. I try to tell you how to do this. Watch DIY Joey's, live streams and see how Tamara helps him. You weren't helping me, you were taking over. So, until you learn to listen, you can't be on. Period.
So the after hours is the Skylar show until I listen.
Whatever. This is my show. On here, you will listen.
And the after hours is backyard boats, baby. BBB. Kidding. Just messaging you. She was
Bambi
banished.
says my mind went straight into the gutter. Well, that's where your mind's always at, Bambi. We all know that.
Kyle Hernandez said she was banished to the Shadow Realms and now she's back with vengeance.
Right.
Skylar is a rebel. Ricard 38. Rich, how big? Sue Ann said, Rich, how big can I leave an ID shark in a 75? I moved mine at 13 inches into a 265 with 4 Oscars and it won't eat. Should I put it back?
Well, you stressed it because it was in that other tank, and from what I'm getting, it was either by itself or the biggest fish in there. Now you put it in with predatory fish. Them Oscars are the first things to eat and won't give the iridescent shark a chance to eat, okay? I would put it back and see if it eats again and then try it again. At this point, you need to throw the food in by the iridescent shark. Let it get to where it can eat in front of these Oscars. You throw it in the center where you normally do, the Oscars are there getting it. The iridescent shark may be off to the side. Throw it in where the iridescent shark is and let him start to eat so that he knows he can get food while these other a-holes are running around and taking it. You know what I'm saying?
On the midnight train into my sub says hashtag Team Skylar. I want to show him my sticker too. I have on my phone.
What's sicker? That don't make no sense.
69.
Do you know what 69 is?
Oh yeah.
It's a lot less than 88. You know what 88 is?
Not 69.
It is, because you get 8 twice. Just saying. You're slipping over there.
So I should have put 88.
For sure. Yes. Tarek Novelik says, Big Rich, you still plan on getting a wolfhound? Yes.
Oh.
I love Irish wolfhounds. I love them to death. Had one when I was a kid.
We'll kill him.
It actually stopped a burglar. It took 3 bullet shots. And the burglar got bit and, was there bleeding when the cops came. my dog died, but she was amazing. Her name was Carrie, and she went after the burglar and got shot 3 times. One was in her up roof of her mouth, out the bottom of her mouth, in her chest, and out the side of her. Another one was, in her shoulder and then, straight through her body. And the third one straight to her chest, did her in. But she did disable this burglar. And, he was there and bloody when the cops showed up.
But I didn't. It says I timed somebody out. I didn't time anybody out.
It says right here that
Somebody said depth charge said 78 is better than 69 because you get 8 more. And also, sorry, depth charge. I literally accidentally timed you out. I apologize for that. And
yeah,
then,
that was like, remember how I was saying Lori was deleting everybody's comment?
Yeah, that was an accident. I didn't.
No.
I didn't touch anything.
If you didn't touch nothing, then it's something going on
There's something
because
going on. I didn't
you
touch
had
anything.
3 things deleted here, and I just undeleted all 3, and there's nothing bad
Yeah.
about them.
I know. I didn't delete anything. I don't know why it did that. And then Rusty Shackleford said, "Hey Skylar, is there any tread on the tires, or is it throwing a hot dog down an empty hallway?" There's tread on the tires.
For what?
You know what he means.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's okay.
Tread on the tires, or
Throwing a hot dog down an empty hallway.
so you're saying you're not a cavern.
Yeah.
You're saying I don't know about your sexual past. It's not my thing to look into. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be brought up here.
I'm just
saying.
reading comments. I'm just saying. I'm just answering comments. Just saying.
Oh, it's a Family Guy joke. Okay. When I hear throwing hot dogs down a hallway, I imagine a girl on her knees and hot dogs being thrown past her face
Hey.
and bouncing off the walls. That wasn't that wasn't a Family Guy joke. That was on what was that? It wasn't South Park. What was it? I forget what it was.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill could have been. Yeah.
Well, no, somebody commented that. I just said that as a lucky guess. I've never seen it. Raheem said uncensored Skylar. Hell yeah.
That's the problem. We have to censor Skylar. That's why she's not on it so much.
I'm on for the after hours. That's like sucking
Oh my
a
God.
bowling.
Fishing with Dano says glizzy shower.
Read the one below it. Oh wait, hold on.
No, Sue Ann. A girl that can suck a bowling ball through a garden hose is a very wanted, looked after commodity. Okay.
Can I read the one below it?
Yeah.
John Gotti said, "I have a friend that breeds them. I can see about a puppy. Let's start a GoFundMe for Rich's new puppy. Let's go."
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
know. That would mean the world to Rich.
That was my puppy when I was a kid. That I grew up. She was like 7 foot long. When she'd stand on her hind legs, she was like 7 foot tall. Huge dog, huge. And her name was Kiara.
Well, it'll look like Loki too. I bet he'll have to
Bob
print.
Taylor says, my entire chat screen just flashed 50 Shades of Grey. I
Jimmy
added in
Blue.
something there.
Jimmy Blue said, "Skylar is okay in my book, and I have the bestseller." Goddamn right.
Suan says, that's not what I said. I know, I had some things.
Excessive curse 77.
What?
Excessive curse 77. That's the name. The person about to read said, "Hey Skylar, do you have vodka in that Gatorade? What do you think? What do you think I've been drinking this entire time, every live stream? Of course there's vodka in this Gatorade. There's always vodka in the Gatorade.
Rich is the only one not drunk here.
Yeah, there's always vodka in this Gatorade. It's a blue bottle and there's
He
red.
goes to church with that Gatorade. She goes to the grocery store. She goes and gets saved.
I'm
and
Jewish. I'm a
she-
Jew.
She went to baptismal school with that bottle. She went and,
I'm a
and-
Jew.
and
I
got
went-
baptized
I'm a
with that
Jew.
bottle.
You don't get baptized if you're Jewish. You do realize that, right?
They're getting my point, woman. You don't pet a cat without that bottle. I'm just saying.
Excessive Girth 77 says we love drunk Skylar. Yeah, so did my ex.
Your ex,
Bryce.
he loved you.
We love drunk Skylar.
Why?
I have to remain kosher with my words.
Culture because you're Jewish.
I need a new epic big rich story. Unfiltered fish keeper.
Epic big rich story. Let me think here.
Let me see if I can think of one that you.
Okay, here's one. You know that Camaro in the garage? When I first got it, it had no motor in it. The kids bought it for me for my birthday. It was $1,600. Had an orange door, a primered fender. You know, it was like a green rear end. It was horrible. And I started taking it apart. I took everything off and then took it to Roman Cherry and had to sandblast it down and fix the whole rear end, brand new doors, new skins, new fender on it, and painted. Okay, I got it home and I decided I need to build a motor for this thing. So I went with a 454 because that's Chevy's biggest motor. Let's start with that. And I built this 454 and I made it better and then better and then better. And then I got done and my car had a 4-speed in it with a 12-volt positive rear end, M21 rock crusher training. I'm like, okay, this training can handle anything. I built this motor about 650, 700 horse. Okay. I started getting on it in my first drive in this Camaro. I drive it down my street and I go to the next street over. I turn right and I come up the street. And I just laid into it. First gear, wham! Second gear, wham! Third gear, wham! Fourth gear, wham! And I'm sideways in each gear. And then fourth gear, I'm holding it. Wham, 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 wham,
That's what happened?
up the street. And I'm eating shit. This car is badass, right? And then all of a sudden, it said, what?
Done.
And then I drove the rest of that street home.
No
That's what
good.
it sounded like.
No way.
Turned right, went into my driveway,
Starter?
and this brand new motor I just built, I started disassembling. You know what I found? I have the piston in the garage right now. It was a 468 because we started with the 454. So we boarded over, we got an oversized pistons, we did all this. Everything was brand spanking new. Drove one time around the block, and I blew it up. You know how and why? I put a Holley 250 gallon per hour fuel pump on it, and the motor needed more than that. It leaned out, detonated, and blew a big hole in one of my new pistons. Okay, so I got the piston outside, built by Box, blown up by Price. So I went back and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this no more. I want this next motor to handle 2,500 horsepower. And we built my 540 cubic inch motor out of a Gen 6 block and started brand new with everything. Back in the day, they used to say blueprinted. That's stupid technology now. But that's basically what we did. We went everything to the specs perfectly. This can handle this can handle this lift, this and blah, blah, blah. And we matched everything up. I got Dart Pro 345 CC heads, and a 780-inch lift. Back in the day, they used to say 3/4 cam in it. Well, that's a 750.750-inch lift, which is 3/4 of one. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's gonna know what you're talking about.
I'm talking numbers here. So back in the day, it was, I got a 3/4 inch cam. I got this, that. Well, nowadays it's different. The intake runners on mine, usually on a big block, was 2.19, and now mine are 2.45. Huge intakes, huge exhaust, and then the intake itself was 345 cc's, and just the aluminum head was just amazing. Dart Pro 1, and this motor was everything. We had to have the motor O-ringed and the head O-ringed, and we used a special head gasket that had a O-ring in it that sat sandwiched between the two O-rings, sat in that O-ring around each piston. Never blow a head gasket, right? I had my blower running 17% overdrive and still only producing about I got on the dyno. I got 645 horse. Now wait, this is when I was still breaking it in. I was only supposed to be running it on 93 octane and never above 4 grand. I did this during the break-in period, and I got 645. That's what it was, 645 horsepower. And there was no nitrous on it, no nothing. I didn't have the dual quads on it then. Single carburetor just for break-in period. And I won the Lima Street Machine Nationals with 645 rear wheel horsepower. And, I won a jacket that says Street Machine Nationals. I got featured in, Carcraft magazine and stuff. And then once it passed the break-in period, I put the dual quads on there. I got 2 Holley Dominator 950 CFM carbs. I've got 1,000 horse of nitrous under it. And then I had my blower, which now I turned up to like 20% overdriven. And oh my God, this motor woke up. We're talking about, 1,900 to 2,000 horsepower at the rear wheel. And I was driving on pavement. It felt like I was driving on snow, on ice. It was so fun. This car was so fun. And, I built it to handle 2,500 horsepower. And, I've never blown nothing since. And it's out there. When I need her, she's there.
She's there.
She's there. She's loyal to me.
You might not have Tracy, but you got the Camaro.
She's still loyal.
All right. Well, we got $2. Thank you, Brittany. Zipless, she says, we love you, OOR. I'm not sure what OR is. I'm kidding, Brittany.
It's supposed to be
OR.
OR.
I know. I'm joking.
We
Ohio.
love you too, Brittany.
Ohio. I don't know. I gotta think of something. And then, hold on. Depth Charge says, am I still on timeout? No, you're not. Fishing with Daniel says, the pitties are lit, darling. Fire emoji. Sue Ann says, I see you, Depth.
Wait. Stephen Bundling, my buddy from Long Island, says you can't put a price on good craftsmanship. That's right.
That's got.
You know what you
Goddamn
can do?
right.
You can trust it to be there when you need it.
Awesome Big Rich story. How about an epic Skylar story now? Ooh.
There's no epic Skylar stories. They're all lame.
I got one.
I'm not going to get hit for that.
I'm gonna try and censor it as much as I can, but I can only censor it so much. But also, everybody's saying that they love the Pit Vipers, so they're mine now. Okay,
These
I'll
are
give
my
you
Pit
guys
Vipers?
Yeah,
Let me see.
okay.
Yeah, they're mine.
Yeah. Let me wear them while I'm telling my story.
Here, you can try one of these.
No. I wear
They're
the Pit
aviators.
Vipers. No, I like.
No,
the
no.
Pit
There's
Vipers.
these ones too. Try these right here.
No, I like the Pit
Try them.
Vipers.
No.
Broken, Rich. I'm
Try it.
gonna tell
See
my
what they
story.
look like. Put them on. See what they look like.
I like the Pit Vipers.
Now wear them. No, you can't have them.
Okay, well then I'm telling my story.
Try another one. And here's the arm for them. Them are not broken. These are my Harley glasses.
All right, one more comment that wants to hear my story. If your kids are there, take them out.
These are Harley Davidson glasses.
I want the Pit Vipers. I like the pits.
That's okay. Stop it. They have flames all the way down the side.
Give me the pit. I need the
Put
Pit
them
Vipers.
on and try it.
I did already.
Give it a while. Now, read and go.
I can't
Move on.
read. I need the Pit Vipers. I can't
Move
read.
on. Come on. Move on.
All right. One more comment. Say. Shoot. I'm taking them off. That's because I have to read. Let's hear the juicy story. Okay, the juicy story's coming. So let's pretend like I was in California where it was legal. The first time that I ever went to a party, right? It was my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
All right. I was like, oh, I'm never going to get into a high school party,
Nobody likes me. I have no friends.
Yeah, all this stuff. So I got invited to one.
And she's like, yeah.
It's only freshmen, only senior party, right? And somebody asked me if I talked a little bit. And I told them yes, which was a complete lie because I never had my life before.
Right.
Yeah, so he had a huge
You lived
bong.
a very sheltered life.
He had a huge bong. My first party. This
A
song.
huge what?
Oh wait, this song. Huge bong.
A
Bong.
bong.
Not dong.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
And so, right, I went out and I kept. Which story's way better? No, let me finish. Listen to my story. And so I took 5 huge hits of that, right? first time ever.
You get high?
I used to. I don't
You
now.
smoke
No,
weed?
I don't smoke weed.
Okay.
Didn't say weed. I just said toke. But anyways, so I did that, and then I walk into the house.
Is this your first time?
Yes.
Your first time getting high?
It was
You
dabs
did 5 bong rips.
with dabs mixed in too.
Okay.
And so I literally was so high. I was like, people's heads were going backwards. Like I felt like I was on mushrooms or something. And so I go into the basement, right? And I just have to sit on the couch. I'm like, somebody asked me for a stick of gum, and I'm like, I can't get it. And they were like, what do you mean you can't get a stick of gum? And I was like, my hands don't work. And so, and then I'm sitting there just trying not to die. You know, because
Amateur.
I am an amateur, but I was so high. Oh my God. I literally felt like my face was dripping off my body. And I was sitting on the couch, and then all of a sudden I hear cops. And the cops showed up.
You were the girl in the living room melted to the couch.
No, we were in the basement. And then what happened was everybody went to hide and like do stuff, and I couldn't get off the couch because I couldn't feel my body. And the basement was only maybe 3 rooms, right? I got lost in the basement trying to like get up. It took over an hour and a half for my friend to call me. Like I said, this was on Halloween, and he was like, "Hey, Liam Smith, shout out to Liam Smith, by the way. He was the man. He kept calling me until I answered." And so he finally was like, "Hey, Skylar, walk up the stairs, run across the backyard, hop over the fence, run across 2 streets. We'll be waiting for you in a car there. And we'll take you back to my house. We'll figure out how to get you home later." And so I fall up the stairs trying to get out. I fell over the fence. I ran in diagonal motion elsewhere, trying to cross the streets. And there was Liam in a car waiting for me. We fit like 10 people into a tiny sedan. You know, a couple people were in the trunk actually. And then we made it back home. And then we said, we made it.
That's your story?
That's my story.
Great story. All right. Do you guys want to hear about the last time I ever did drugs in my life?
I got more stories than that.
This is funny.
All right, let's hear it. Let's get one comment that says, "I got so high I was folding dishes," says Josh Rickard.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, back in my day, I thought I was, I sold weed. I did all this stuff. That's how I got my felony. Can you get the phone off the floor, please? It's ringing and you gotta shut it off. That's how I got my felony. It was back in the day in the 80s. I sold weed and I got busted with, my weed and all this stuff. But anyways, once I raised kids and all that, I left my drug days behind and, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I never messed with drugs again. I raised my kids. Well, my kid got to be about 15 years old. He's telling me about, Excision concerts and Molly and this, and I'm like, well, what the hell's
You gotta
Molly?
try that.
I asked him, what the hell's Molly? And he's like, well, it's this, that, and that, and blah, blah, blah. This is Joshy's oldest brother, And he's like, it's this, that, and that, and blah, blah, blah. And back in the day, I'm like, oh, I used to do ecstasy. That's what Molly is. It's ecstasy.
Yeah,
right?
it's the same thing.
Okay, so
Wait, no, hold on.
listen, I did ecstasy back in the day. No problem, Your guys' drugs today are just, they're nothing, right? So I'm like, I have so much immunity built up from all the messing around I did when I was young. I'll try some Molly. This is like 15 years ago. And it's when Excision first came out. And I go to the Odeon downtown. And I get some Molly. And I'm taking it. And I'm like, no big deal. It's this tiny little. And I take the Molly. No big deal. I've done more ecstasy than anybody knows. Back in my day, all that bullshit. Here, by the time we get there, it's raining. I had the limo at the time. I get out of my limo and I'm standing in the rain and I'm like this. Oh my God, this feels amazing. Josh and
what
his
happened?
friends had to grab me by the arms and pull me inside and stuff, right? So I'm in there, I'm talking to everybody, and I'm just, best friends with everybody. I'm in the bathroom, and Josh had to come up to me because here, pretend you're a guy standing there, put your leg down, standing there at a stall, and turn your back to me. You're at a stall, and I'm over here, I'm like, what's up, brother, blah, blah, blah. He's peeing, and I got my hand out of his back, and I'm talking, stop. And I'm talking to him, and Josh is like, come on, Dad, you got to go. You gotta go. He took me back outside, and he took me back out to the level. He goes, you got to sit here. I guess I was too much for him. But everything felt amazing. You know what I'm saying? It was not like ecstasy in
Hey,
my
what's
day.
that glorified drug use on your YouTube channel?
What's that?
Somebody said Molly is a fish. That is exactly right. He's talking about a fish that he got, and he thought it was amazing.
It was amazing. It
No,
was
what
amazing.
kind of fish was it?
It was a Molly.
It was a Molly.
But I tell you what, your guys' drugs today are way different than the drugs
No,
we used to do.
our fish today are way better than.
Right. But oh my God, and that's the last time I'm like, I cannot do that again. There's no way. That was just too good.
I got one more story for you too. So then my second high school party, right?
That was 15 years ago. I've never touched anything since. Not weed,
I
not
haven't touched
nothing.
anything in like 6 years, but my second story, we went to a party. This was my second high school party, right?
This is back when you had no friends and no one liked you.
Yeah. Actually, how I met Liam, the guy who took me to all, showed
No,
me
these
around.
stories kill me because you're like, oh, I had no friends and no one liked me.
No, Liam. I met him because he was crowd surfing up at a high school football tournament, and then he fell right next to me, and so I was like, hey, and then he gave me his phone number. I actually became friends with his girlfriend.
Okay.
And so then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna take you under my wing. I'm gonna show you around. So he's the one that invited me to all these fucking crazy parties. And so this party we went to, a show up there, and they had a giant Pikachu, and somebody stabbed it with a knife, and I was like, what's going on? And then there were so many people that came in. It was over 150 people in this tiny house. I went to go to the bathroom. People are playing beer pong in every bathroom there. So you couldn't even have a place to pee. You had to trespass to, find a place to relieve yourself at.
Did you relieve yourself standing up or sitting?
I don't remember how I got home, but the last thing I remember.
I don't remember.
I think I squatted. The last thing I remember is one of the guys there was nailing a copy of Mice and Men to a crucifix.
George Steinbeck book. That was a great book.
He was nailing it to a crucifix with an old cell phone, and then somebody was running around with an airsoft gun trying to shoot everybody. And I said, "What the fuck?" And then I don't know. I don't know what happened the rest of that night. All I know is I got home somewhere.
Was some guy really happy?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Depth chart says, "Oh, you're so young, Skylar. I'm 23. I started partying when I was 14. I had my little fair share of fun." And Rusty Shackleford said, "In high school, I had a school trip to Kennywood Amusement Park. Me and my friends dropped 2 strips of Bishers
Yeah.
on the bus right there. My friend pissed himself, and we were walking off the bus. So that's about right. Oh, do your Lenny impersonation of Mice and Men through Lenny. You know Lenny and George?
I know, Lenny.
Do an impersonation of him. I want to hear it too.
George, we're going to get a farm. I'm going to get a rabbit. I'm going to love him and rub him. Rabbit. Stop it. He did not.
He said,
Lenny was a nice guy.
I'm gonna get that.
No, this is George. This is George.
He did not.
No, this is George.
George is the one that shot him in the back of the head.
Oh,
Do you not remember?
Do George and I'll do Lenny. No, George is like, I'm gonna get that goddamn rabbit. We're gonna, live off the fed land.
Oh my God. Unfiltered Fish Keeper says, I've never done any drugs in my life, but I took a gummy for my broken back. I got lost in my bedroom twice, then peed in the yard. Bathroom was MIA. That's funny.
Okay. Unfiltered fish keeper, you are hilarious. You gotta
That's
keep
Kevin.
those.
You'll love him. Will you ever
No,
meet
no,
him?
no, no. He
He's
messes.
been here before.
No, he's the one who set the blow up doll. He's hilarious.
Oh, he is.
He catches you off guard with everything he says.
Ugh.
Let's keep it going. What else do you have to do tonight?
Well, let me see what I got to do tonight. I got to take care of Tracy
You
the
gotta
rest
take
of the
care
night.
Tracy, yeah.
That's why I'm drinking water
Well,
now.
we're close to her.
I got my water.
Yeah, we're close to her.
But she's so easy to take care of now, and I got this tablet that's working great, and it don't bother my phone or nothing like that. Thank you for fixing it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And it's just so much nicer to take care of Tracy now.
So we're just gonna keep on going for a little bit.
Sure.
Give the people what they want to see.
Give them what they want to see.
Hey guys, comment. Like, what do you want us to talk about? Come on.
It's
We
crying.
have to
James
take
says, "Y'all
over."
banned Kenny." Yeah,
Samantha Norland.
Samantha Norman.
Samantha. I can't. I'm blind too.
Samantha Norman.
Samantha.
Yes.
I'm glad you're still on. I just got home and joined. Thank you. I'm not trying to take
You missed the
over.
good show. Now you're into the X-rated show.
What's the one that's past the rated X?
Oh goodness, Tracy. So I can see her on my monitor right here. She's coughing up so much phlegm, and she does it on her own because I'm not going in there every 10 minutes, internally suctioning out and forcing her to cough, giving her a headache, giving her all these, high heart rate and all that stuff. She's coughing it out herself, and you know what? At that point, her oxygen level goes from 93 back up to 99 when she coughs it out herself. That's the best thing to do because she needs to learn to cough it out herself, and she's been doing
She's
that.
been doing it super good.
When Mara was here, she couldn't cough it out herself because Mara always suctioned it out and caused her so much stress and having a headache, and then her throat hurting so much. She's always coughing, and it's a dry cough, and she's having a headache from the cough. How is that helping her?
Well, no, now I've realized that, really, when you have to suction her out, every once in a while, it usually has to be a deep suction to the point where, the ones that she can't cough out
Yeah.
herself, it's never like the ones where Mara was just coming in there, every hour and just...
Every 10 minutes it suctioned her out. That was horrible.
Yeah, because her lungs are so much clearer now. They're so dry.
She's doing so good.
I feel bad whenever she gets suctioned out because you can see how dry
She
it is.
don't like it, for one. Two, she's doing it on her own. She's keeping her lungs clear on her own. Which is what we needed to do. Let her be.
I entirely agree. I think you are doing the best job that you can. You are doing better than the nurses were. Obviously, Tracy is good. Otherwise, the doctors wouldn't say that she was doing good. So
Right.
I think you're doing a great job. You're a great person.
Wait a minute.
taking care of
It's a
her.
crying shame says, y'all know Kenny has been a long time lover of Ovar and jokes all the time, but it gets banned nowadays. I obviously
Somebody has
Kenny's a
banned him.
real person. I haven't banned anybody, so let me know who it is. And
My account was accidentally banned somebody, so could have been from that. And
no,
Lori's
you
did
didn't
too.
ban nobody, and it said that you banned them.
Yeah, exactly. That's
And
what
then
I'm saying.
what I was saying earlier was Lori banned, people, and it said Lori banned them. Then she was like, "What are you talking about? I haven't banned nobody." And so I mean, something's going on there. We only ban people for rude, excessively rude comments. A joke is a joke, Why does Rich got long hair? Because Tracy liked to tie it behind her back and never let him go. I get that. That's funny. I ain't gonna ban you for it, But if you're getting banned for silly stuff, get a hold of Big Rich, and I will look into it.
Do you want to read this one?
Yeah, John Gotti, long time, mobster. Yeah,
Mobster? He
mobster.
said, "Can I
You
get a
you never
hello?"
heard of John Gotti?
No.
Oh, he was tried and tried and tried for racketeering, all kinds of things. He was a mobster back in the 60s.
We need to give
John Gotti says, "Can I
Hello.
get a hello from Skylar and Rich?" Hello, John.
buddy.
How you doing,
We'll
buddy?
drink to you.
But you need to leave my thing alone because you just jumped 30 pages.
Mm-mm. I went back up. I read all the ones below. Turek Novelik. Is there any fish that you didn't have or maybe don't have at the moment, but you would like to have in your collection?
Yes, there is. What's it called?
10 more geophagus.
No, we have a iridescent shark. We have a high fin Peroon shark. We have a black-eared Peroon shark.
Oh, I'm not gonna know.
We have a what gets bigger than that, and then there is the king of all kings. I can't remember the name. I'm drawing a blank, but it's over there in Asia and gets 12-foot, big huge cat, and it's the mother father of all these cats I just said.
I got no idea. One second here. Ethan Rock 101 said, my iPad is on the fritz. Took it to an Apple store. They wanted to just sell me a new one. Any pointers, Sky? Depends what's wrong with it. You can message me directly. My name is Skylar Miller on Facebook.
Well, not only that, always a great fix would be to download the new software for it and reinstall everything, and then your thing's like brand new.
Yeah, back it up and then restart it. That could work too, but you will have to message me directly to tell me what's going on with it. And then I have some fish that I don't have. Mekong catfish, that's what the name was. Rich, Mekong catfish, that's what you want?
Mekong, that's what I wanted, yeah.
Everybody
That's
said-
what I love,
everybody
yeah.
said it.
That's the word. Sometimes when you get my age, you just forget a word, like pencil, or something. And, Mekong cat is so common. We know what it is. Everyone knows what it is. That's the fish I would love to have here. I can't have.
You know what fish I want? I'm going to make a collection of eels and eel-like fish. That's going to be my niche. If you guys don't know, I have a collection. I have 3 Bishers right now, and then I have 1 black ghost knife, and I just want to keep adding. I want to keep adding eel-like fish in there. See what happens.
Okay, Rusty Shackelford says, Big Rich, what's the one thing you never got accomplished in life that you still think about or wish you could have?
That's a deep question.
All right, no, it's not really. I was in a band for 18 years. I was in Dirty Tricks. I was in Third Degree. I was in Running Wild. And then I was in Third Degree for 18 years. I left Third Degree because, there's a lot of problems in there. The singer was also the bass player, and he was, stuck on crack. I bought him his bass, and, he says the bass got stolen. I have to buy another bass because we have shows coming up. It was just it was ridiculous. And I left them for Ultraviolence. Ultraviolence, I was the least talented member of this band, and these guys effing rocked, okay? The hair stood up on the back of my neck when I jammed with them. And then I had Jeff Hatrix from Mushroomhead singing for us. It was amazing. We're going to go someplace. That's all I know. This is going to work, And we did probably 8 months of being in the studio, and we put out, actually a cassette disc at the time, and it was amazing. 4 songs, amazing. And I knew I was going to take over the world with this band. And then our drummer ended up, he passed, and I was the wind was taken from my sails, And since then, I've never been in a band. I have all the band equipment downstairs. I have 8,000 watt PA system. I probably have 30 15s down there, 15-inch speakers. I have, the 8,000 watts of PA system. I have a 32 channel mixer. I have all the wireless gear, my guitar, the bass player, the drummer has a wireless mic. We have wireless mics. I have all that downstairs. Everything down there is ready to go for any band.
Well, every time you go down there, you always bring this up, and it always just makes you sad when you go down there and see it.
So over the years, that's the one thing I miss. We could have made it because we were that good with Ultraviolence. And, now it's a different world now, you know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I regret not accomplishing, because we were ready to take over the world, period. Our songs were, to this day, are amazing. period. I need more water. But other than that, no, I accomplished everything that I set out. I got married, bought a house, white picket fence, bought the old lady a car, did everything I was supposed to do. We have our second kid. He's 1 month old. She cheats on me. Said she don't want it. She don't love the kids. She don't love me. She wanted out. She gone. I raised the kids myself, my own, and I kept on going. I kept on fighting. Nothing's going to stop me. She ends up homeless. I tell her, I will never forgive you. I hate you. But you can live here. I don't want no men around, but you can, I will help you fix your relationship with your children. And she became a good mom. She became a good, all she kept telling me was she wanted to be remarried to me, and I would never, ever. But, after 10 years of her being a good woman and a great companion, she dies like this. And I just look back like, if I would have forgave her, if I would have forgave her, I'd have lived the last 10 years of bliss. That's how good she was. I just didn't, you get this in your head, you got screwed over, you ruined your life. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please. Thank you. But thank you. I should have forgave her, and I should have lived the last all my years in sheer marital bliss, because all she wanted was to be remarried. But I just couldn't see past the fact that I gave you everything. We had kids, and you're off touching somebody else. I couldn't get past that. But if I could, she treated me the best. She treated me the greatest for the last 10 years before she died, and that's why I'm here now. I'm taking care of her.
I think you've more than made up for it now. But she is aware. At points, she is aware, and I know that she knows she's being taken care of, and you take the best care
You
of
know what
her
it's
that
like?
you can.
Having your second kid, and you're like, I love life. I am mastering this. This is awesome. I look at my baby boy, and you find out your wife is off having sex with somebody else. This destroyed me inside.
Rich, I don't think you've told the people online about this.
Oh,
yet.
I'm sorry, but that's why we got divorced, and I got custody of the kids and ownership of the house and everything, and she got nothing, and a couple years later she's homeless, and I let her move back in here, but I never ever forgave her for it. I
Hey.
never.
Joey Shaw says, "Don't beat yourself up, big man. You." Izzaran says, "You're a strong person, Rich." Mackerly Vlog says, "We love you, Rich." Suan says, "Yes, crying." Jen Harrison sends heart emojis with band-aids over it. And Rusty Shackleford says, "Man, Rich, you are such a great dad to your family. I'm not a dad, but I only hope to be such a great man and provider as you."
Dude,
honestly.
it's a great title. You'll love it. You will love it. Having your kids just look at you like you're the greatest thing on the planet. It is amazing. It is amazing. I won't ever tell anybody not to be a dad. That is a great thing. It is great. My kids were on my legs. I'd walk, and the one kid was on each leg, and I'm walking like Godzilla. And they just thought I was like Superman. It was the greatest thing ever. I was always with my kids. I
No,
never.
like-
You know what? You ask any of my kids, and they never had a babysitter, because I was always there with them. They went to work with me. I worked from home type thing. I made my own business, and I did carpet laying, and they could go with me, and they'd fall asleep, and they'd hand me tools. Little Richie, he was like so on the ball. He helped me build that motor and everything. My kids were like right there with me. They were amazing.
Joshua Dano says, "Goes back to rough seas make good captains." That's true. Joey Shaw says, "You are an amazing father and a more amazing person. I look up to you, brother, with a heart."
Thank you.
And Baby says, "We're here to listen." Bob says, "Life goes on." Just saying. I agree.
It does. It never stops. You could die. You could cheat. You could lie. You could end up in jail for years, but life still goes you are irrelevant, basically. And once you learn to know that, you got to make a difference in this world. So I try and lead by example. I try and be a good person. I try and do my best. You know, I raised my kids. You know, Tracy wasn't. She was horrible as a cook. So I tried her at take care of the bills. She was horrible at taking care of the bills. I did the cooking. I did the working. I made the money. And then I was like, just go get a job. Help out the family. And then she was working, and it ended up I was making more money just selling things off eBay and doing my side hustles than she was at a job. So she was mad about that all the time. But you're always going to have this. Listen to this, people. The grass is greener on the other side. Remember that saying. Remember that, because I don't care how good you are to your woman. I don't care how good you are to your man. There's always going to be somebody else promising them something better. And here's the thing. If they believe it, you're going to get cheated on. Period. Here's the thing. You could be the best husband, the best wife, and if somebody else offers them something where they think, no one will know, it happens. Shit happens like that. And it destroys you. It ruins you. It destroys you at the core. I never thought. I was always big rich, I had all the women. I had all the, I was big rich. I was skinny. I was long haired, dark tan from Florida. All the girls wanted me. I'm never going to have a girl that cheats on me, ever. And, I really, really didn't until I got married. And then it happened, and it destroyed me to the core.
Is this the first time we said this on live stream?
Yeah. Well, no, I've talked about it before, but never giving people advice about it. Just, your relationship is your relationship. And you know what? Others shouldn't be in it. If there's some guy around hanging around your woman and he's promising to the world, get rid of his ass. Period. Your relationship should be your relationship. What?
You want to say the other thing you haven't talked about?
Your relationship should be your relationship. There shouldn't be nobody else around promising greener pastures. That just gives the illusion that something's nicer. Because no matter how good your relationship, there's always something lacking. Maybe you're the best father, you're the best, husband, but you don't give her your time. Somebody else is going to give her your time, give her their time. And then she's going to want to be, it'll be better over there. Just always, love the ones that you care about and cross your fingers for the best. That's all I can say, because there's many evil people out there. Let's move on.
You want to say the other thing or no?
What other thing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Brittany Ziplis said, "Hey, Big Rich, my lawn isn't greener. It's filled with dandelions." Hashtag
We
Megan,
love you,
right?
Brittany.
We love you, big guy. Skylar, you've been awesome after hours host, babe. Thank you, Brittany.
Isn't Brittany awesome?
I love
She's
Brittany.
adorable.
No
She is
Carter.
like the greatest wife ever. And if you ever met her husband, you meet him and you're like, damn, you're awesome, dude. And you need a good woman. But you meet Brittany and she's a good woman, and they're both cooks trying to outcook each other. They both treat each other amazing. They have a great relationship. I love you guys.
And then $5. Here, scroll down a tiny bit.
Sure.
Oh, she did $2 beforehand. And she asked me if I would eat another bug. Jerry fed the bugs to the fish, so I don't have any bugs anymore. I'm sorry. Nolan Carter said, give us some ideas of house expansion, like stocking ideas or goals.
All right, Rusty's leaving. Take care, Rusty. Take care, brother. Yeah, Jens Carlson says emotions are good. F the evil, Big Rich. Yeah, there's a lot of evil in the world, bro. And I'm calling Jens Carlson. She's a girl. I'm calling her bro. Let me see what this says. So, I'm sorry for calling you bro, but yeah, you're right. There's a lot of evil in the world, and if you're doing good and you're having a fantasy whirlwind, relationship, someone's going to be there to screw it up. Period. And you got to believe in each other. You got to believe in, that's all there's to it. Let me see what else we got here. Sue Ann says, Brittany, if you cook the dandelions correctly, it tastes like morsels. I told Skylar that the turtles eat the dandelions and the greens are good to cook. She went out and cooked, took a big handful of them and made them into a salad and said they're tart.
It was tart.
It was too early to pick the dandelion leaves.
We still got 208 people on here.
Well, yeah.
We're going for a while. I think we should break the record. I think we went for 3 hours one time.
I'll keep going until it's just I can't do it no more. Kyle Hernandez is getting cheated on sucks. I've definitely been through it. I agree, Rich. It does mess you up in the core. I'll never be the same, but at the same time, you learn a lot. Seriously, and when you pledge your devotion to somebody, you expect it back. And when somebody throws it aside like it's nothing, oh my God. I'm having my second child and I'm sitting there. He's not even a month old and I'm holding him and I got a picture of this. And here, that's when I found out she was cheating on me with somebody else. How? Why? You own your own home. You have your own car. You have a husband that won't cheat on you and won't leave you. Why would you do this? I still to this day don't understand it.
Got a fucked up question that somebody asked. John Gotti said, is it possible to take Skylar out on a date for a donation? Highest bidder takes her out. She can choose the place. And if needed, a chaperone can come as well.
All right, I'm going to kick in here. I'm going to kick in here and say, yes, this is possible.
That is possible.
You are on the dating game now. Wait, let me ask a question. Do you put out on the first date?
Not putting out, but $500.
You're not putting out? She's not putting out on the first date, guys.
500's the number, though.
She's actually a sweetheart of a girl. Okay. Chaperone. Big Rich is the chaperone?
You want to chaperone me?
Well, no, I get paid for having a dinner, too. I don't care about chaperoning you.
John Gotti said, where's that messed up? Because somebody's paying me to take me out on a date. That's a little messed up. But actually, no, it's fine. I would totally do it.
Samantha.
She
says she got cheated on when her son was 2 weeks old. That's basically the same as mine. Mine was 2, 3, 4 weeks old. I don't remember. But it was the same thing. I was all into being a father, and she's touching something. It was sick to me. It was gross to me how she could touch somebody else, I thought we were going to take over this life. This is our life. We're fighting together, And to be so tricked, it's, I don't know. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I've cheated on girls too. Back in the day, I thought I was the man, and my whole mission to be on life was to get with as many girls as possible. I didn't care about their feelings. I didn't know, And now I look back to the first girl that loved me that I left, and I call her at least once a year and apologize to her for how I treated her. She's got her own family now. She has her own kids, but I call her and apologize to her because what I did was uncalled for, and I didn't know it until I got cheated on. I didn't know about real love, and she was in love with me. She would have done anything for me, I still call and apologize to her. I don't know.
Here, keep scrolling down. My phone died. I can't look at comments.
Oh no, a dating game. I've been just getting better from that. Brittany's up to say she's crying too. I so believe it. My town's Facebook is so split. My town is citing people for dandelions, and most of us are observing no, mow, may in support of everything that's Dandies do, including the bees.
Here, there we go. Hey,
Yeah. There you go.
Bob Taylor, $5. I hear Brutus is still hungry. Cheers. My ex left me 30 years back. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That sucks. Whenever you have a breakup, it's rough.
Yeah, you got to get past it because love is a great thing. When you can actually trust the person you're with, it is the greatest feeling on the planet. You know, seriously, love is great. You know, it's just you can't. I don't know. Let me read this. Jason Fuller says Big Rich went through a nasty, nasty divorce, lost everything, and I swore to myself I'd never love again. Exactly what I did. And into the Lord brought a woman into my life. God bless. He understands. She came into his life and made everything great again for 24 years. And he was almost out. Yeah. Dude, I feel you. It's that's all it takes is love. You know, if you love someone, why do you want sex with somebody else? You know what I'm saying? If you love somebody, have sex with them. Sex ain't a big deal. Everybody thinks sex is such a great deal. I guarantee you, if you're alone, anybody you get with, you'll end up having sex with. But not everybody you get with, you'll fall in love with, right? So if you fall in love with somebody and they fall in love with you, don't throw that away because you may or may not be able to have sex with somebody else. Fuck sex. Sex sucks.
Hey, PG.
I'm saying sex with somebody you love is amazing. Okay? Period.
$2. Soria Paramus Sawaran.
That's Soria.
Soria. Donating just for fun. $2. Been a fan for many years. Thank you so much.
Aw, thank you, Soria. Did you get the Bob Taylor? I hear Brutus is still hungry. Cheers, my ex long 30
Yeah,
years.
I got that. I already did that one. Did that one.
Sorry, Bob.
John Gotti says, 2 question. Want to raise money and you have a good conversation, Skylar. Would like to have a good conversation with a cool YouTuber. All right.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
She's
Almost
23
24.
years old. If you guys think you're in the ballpark, go ahead and ask her out.
Oblivion Supreme says, Skylar, you are a diamond that keeps
Aw.
them apart, shining bright and beautiful. Glad you are part of the rescue.
Aw, that's nice.
Kyle Hernandez says, the dating game with Big Rich.
Sue Ann says a man in a true relationship. Wow, okay.
I told you, John Gotti. Just
Fishing with
message me
Daniel
on-
says
message
realest
me on-
podcast ever.
We're being real right now. I told you, John Gotti, just message me on Facebook or Instagram. It's back. I have my own account, Backyard Boats, and I have Skylar Miller. Should be able to find it pretty easily.
See, look at this. Sherry Ann Hannah says, my boyfriend of 9 years is not only the love of my life, but my best friend too.
Aw,
I could never imagine being with anyone else.
that's so
Now
sweet.
that's amazing, and that's how I felt. Now, could you imagine coming home and catching him in the bed with somebody else? And then how are your life going to go on after that? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying treasure what you have as you have it now. You know what I'm saying? Do any of that freaky shit he wants to do. Do any of the freaky shit
my
she
gosh,
wants to do.
your
Stay
tongue down.
together. No, stay together. Do all this. Don't say no to anything. Have fun. Be together. Experience life together. There ain't many people
Brittany.
out there that will love you forever. You know? Trust that.
Brittany, $5. Hey, Big Rich, you ever make the fish you and Reap brought into the video?
What was that?
$5, Brittany Ziblis. First of all, thank you, Brittany.
Thank you,
Second of
Brittany.
all, hey, Big Rich, you ever make the fish you and Reap bought in the video?
Do I make the fish that me and Reap bought in the video?
Yeah.
That don't make sense to me.
I
Are you reading it wrong?
no.
I'm sorry, Brittany. You're going to have to re-clarify that. I don't know what you mean by that.
Fishing looks like they're a member now. Welcome to Fishy Fridays live stream.
Uh-oh. It's a crying shame says, she's 5 years older than my oldest child, but Skylar, you're still not old enough for a spanking.
Rich.
She's old enough to know better. Damn, Bob Taylor says. Yeah, this is really after hours, Kyle Hernandez. Yeah.
Starting to lose a little people, but I'm having fun here.
It's okay. We're having fun.
All right, John Gotti won that little fucking donation, $120 for a date.
Oh, really? How you know he won? Is it done?
He said 120. Okay, I'll take you out on a date. Hey, pick that 150. Pick out the day you want to go out.
So she's got a date now. John Gotti says, okay, cool. I win. I'll take you out, Skylar. That will be cool to talk about. Life conversations will be awesome with you personally. Cool. Hit you up on Backyard Boats or where was the
My
other
other place is here. I'll type it out.
Oh, the Gordon's fish from the video. Yeah, we made fish sandwiches. Like you get from McDonald's. You got a fillet of fish, you got, your tartar sauce, you got a piece of cheese and bread. I ate mine without bread, and I just ate fish with cheese with tartar sauce on it. It was pretty good.
Fishing with Daniel says, I raised you to 2 American eels. This is now.
Where's my
It's
phone?
going to be Joey telling you to shut it down.
Oh, no, that's Brittany. Let me answer it. Oh, did she hang up?
No, I think you are.
Missed call, Brittany. I'll call her back. It's crying shame says, I'm so happy I could make you laugh. Love you so much, Big Rich. Thank you so much for that. Hi, Brittany. About the what? What video? Oh, I don't know. I do hundreds of videos, so that's just another video. I'm sorry. we did make the fish fillets, and I put some cheese on them, and oh, they were good. But McDonald's fish fillets, it's all that surimi stuff, where they take all the extra stuff and they grind it together and then make surimi that tastes like, fish, and that's McDonald's. But the McDonald's bun is so soft. So when you have a McDonald's fish fillet sandwich and you have cheese on it with tartar sauce, oh my God, it's so
Right,
good.
we're still live streaming. You're talking about food to Brittany on the phone. Put
Yeah.
her on speaker at least.
Brittany is amazing with food, okay? Okay, I love you. You gotta love her. She's such a sweetheart.
What does this say? People aren't. We got actually some more people coming on here. We got
Nice.
204. We were down under 200 now. All right, people, ask us questions. Come on.
Okay, Ken Lepek says McDonald's filet of fish is actually a very good cut of fish. They are very particular. You know what? It is really good.
It is good.
And their bun, I don't know if it's a potato bun or what. It's like nothing. It's like a cloud. And then you have cheese and the tartar sauce on it. I love, out of all the the fast food, I love the McDonald's filet of fish. It is really good. And I've tried to recreate it here at home. Never been able to.
Yeah, no, well, why don't we try to? I have a bunch of fish I brought over here. Because as you guys know, I run Backyard Boats. You could look it up on YouTube or Instagram. But I get a bunch of fish, so why don't we try and recreate it?
We can try it, but we
I
have
have a
to
bunch of different
bread
types of
each
fish.
one and try it.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
You go fishing all summer long?
I have a bunch of fish already right there.
Okay. Cool.
And what am I gonna do here? So Fishing with Dano is offering me 2 eels, and then there's the
Okay, hold
150.
Oblivion Supreme says, Rich, what is the story with the PV speakers you have? I used to DJ in a club in the 80s that used to use these exact same ones. Please tell. Okay. There is a club called Flashes on 150th and Lorraine. and that was big in the 80s, 90s. And we played there all the time. And then we hosted musicians night on Wednesdays where people would come in and then they would play their songs, their band on our equipment that's already, set up to be played. And that was their house PA system. It was 8,000 watts of PA speakers and our PA system with the PV speakers. And when they closed down, I bought all the PV speakers from them. Well, then I had 6 PV speakers. I had 3 bottoms and 3 tops. 3020 tops, which has 2 horns, 2 10-inch mid-range, and 2 15-inch subwoofers, and then the bottoms were 415s. The problem is they don't no longer make these speakers, so I started buying every PV 3020 or 415 I could out of what do you call it, eBay or Craigslist, and I had extras. So now I've got 3 stacks side by side downstairs. So each one, there's 4, 8, 12. There's 24 15s on the bottom, 2, 4, 6. There's 12 on top, and then there's 2, 4, 6. There's 12 10-inch mid-range and 12 horns on the top. And this was an amazing PA system. And I had my 8,000 watts of QSC amps that ran. And I'm telling you, I can make anything sound good. It was amazing down here. I can put on rap, I can put on rock, I can put on whatever, and it was loud. It was good.
When I'm watching movies with Tracy in there, it sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, with Tracy dancing back in the day, yeah.
No, like now, like when you put on a movie and you put the speakers on.
Yeah.
When I'm watching a movie with her.
Oh yeah, that's
so
7 channels surround sound. Yeah.
So I can't even imagine what the basement sounds.
The basement sounds amazing.
All right, we got a super chat in too.
So
our boy.
let me finish this.
Okay.
So yeah, if you did a club, you DJ'd back then, was it Flashes? Because I bought their house PA system, and that's what's in my basement right now. That's amazing. They're awesome speakers. They look good. They sound good, and it's the power behind it. So.
Aaron sent us a message. You know the guy that brings us all of our
our food.
Yeah, he sent us $5. Thank you, Aaron. You already are sending us food every.
He gives us food every month.
Every
week, and saving us monthly.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I'll stop by soon, dude. You can stop by whenever you want. You've helped us out so much. Well,
yeah, of course. You're always welcome here, Aaron.
And then somebody asked, okay, Skylar.
Wait, hey, Aaron. Skylar's open for dating now.
Oh my god. Okay, Skylar.
Are you gonna be one of the people that are trying?
Okay, Skylar, you got questions. Where did you come from? Why did you move in with Rich? And who's Jerry? So I'll tell the story. So I was fishing with one of my friends for a while, for a couple years, and she knew Rich, and so I've been coming by here for a couple years now. 3 years.
Are you talking Lori?
Yeah, Lori.
Lori's our head mod.
Yeah, I love Lori. Love you, Lori, if you're listening.
And so Skylar heard of us through her.
Okay.
And we were like, you catch big fish, bring them back to us, Blah, blah, blah.
It's legal. And so I was fishing with her for a while, and then my parents ended up kicking me out. And since I was I was already spending the nights here because, just to help out more.
No, you were coming by with your boyfriend and then helping out.
And then I would stay the night usually in
the spare room.
Yeah, the spare room. And so then my parents kicked me out of the house, and I said, Rich, I really need a place to stay. He said, of course. And he let me right in. And then Jerry, I don't know where Jerry just showed up.
I told you, if you can help me around the house, keep the house clean, or even take care of Tracy, help me out in either way, I can get more sleep. More power to you. You don't have to pay no rent. You don't have to nothing, just come by and help. And Jerry showed up at the door. He was from Minnesota.
No, Wisconsin.
And, he had sent me a thing about, I heard you were willing to let people live there that could help you. Well, I'm 70-some years old. I can help you. And I'm like, I didn't put much faith into it. And I didn't hear from him again for a couple months. And then one day he's at my door. Hey, brother, remember talking to me? And I'm like, who are you? He's like, I'm Jerry. I talked to you about moving in there, maybe, possibly, blah, blah, blah. Well, I came down from Wisconsin. And I'm like, that's like 12 hours away.
Damn it.
And I was like, hang on a second, dude. I didn't talk to you about moving in. I don't know what you're talking about. And I shut the door. And I walked around for a minute. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do I send this guy away? You know, do I don't know. So I opened the door. I'm like, come on in. I was like, I do have a spot in the basement. There you go. And I
You
gave
got
him the
biggest-
band room.
The biggest room in the house.
Right. I gave him the band room.
Jerry's funny though. I like Jerry. Jerry, if you're watching, I like you. Okay, so you gave him the band room, and then
And he helps out with the fish big time.
he does. He's been good with my fish too.
Yeah.
So I have an actual fish question for you, Rich.
Go ahead.
So Charlene Hannah says, "Is my Amazon puffer okay eating just mussels, bloodworms, and brine shrimp? I'm worried about him not eating things to help keep his teeth short. I don't have a problem."
That's
at
the
this
problem.
moment."
You're feeding all protein and no crunch. The crunch has to he has to, wear his teeth down. So you need, a lot of people say, buy, clams on the half shell. Don't do that. Buy little clams and freeze them. Okay. He has to bite through the frozen clam to get the meat inside. If it's a half shell, he's just got to scoop out the meat and he will never bite the shell. You're wasting money. Buy little clams and you freeze them and you put them in there frozen, and then he has to bite through them to get to the good innards. You know what I'm saying? That's how you help your puffer.
I didn't tell you earlier, but 2 people said that they're gonna give me some eels.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get American eels, and I'm gonna get a fire eel.
Skylar, who kicked you out of your house? Your
I
parents? You
deleted
didn't
that
even.
one.
No.
I didn't live with you.
Oh,
Dad.
that's your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad's asking that.
No,
Skylar, who kicked you out of the house? Your
my
parents?
mother.
You didn't even live with me.
I
No,
lived
it
with my
was her
mother.
mother. Her mother told her to get out, and she came here crying about her mother, this and that. And Lester, you were not involved in that.
Yeah, Dad, you didn't do anything wrong. I know I could have lived with you. I just had too much stuff to be able to take it there. Rich knows I have, 3 rooms here now?
You're still packing my house with more crap. Yes,
I nodded. I agreed with you.
I know.
You got an alligator snapper? Yes, we do. We have an alligator snapper turtle.
Of course we do.
Why wouldn't we?
Right.
Drinking word alligator snapper. I need more questions. We're still above 200 people that are watching.
Feed him koi. Absolutely not, Jen.
I'm gonna feed you.
That's
koi.
sacrilegious. No way.
Oh yeah. Rich, tell us more about your band club days. You must have been awesome, says Oblivion Supreme.
Okay, we did. We played out all over Ohio. We played the Alley Cat in Elyria. We played up in Menor on the Lake. There's like a carnival on the lake, and we played all the band rooms up there. We played the Akron Agora in front of 2,500 people. We played. Where else did we play? We played all over. It's just all over Cleveland. It was nonstop. We were playing 3 nights a week. And we were carrying our equipment because me as the leader of the band, we don't open for anybody. Okay. So we catered to the bands that didn't have their own PA system or the bars that didn't have their own PA system. We'd bring our PA system and then the people would show up. So like VGs, they went from having 60 people a night to having 300 people a night because they had us there. We ended up playing every single Friday at VG's for the whole summer. We left our equipment there. We'd show up and practice there during the day, and then we'd leave, go home. We'd come back, and we'd set up for Friday nights there. Saturday nights, we had to take our equipment elsewhere and go play elsewhere and come back to VG's. That's what we did. We had a great, situation.
Yeah, Rich is really, really good at playing guitar. There's a lot of questions there.
There's a lot of
Hey,
questions.
why don't you feed potato to the fish? You should get potatoes, because I want potato.
Yeah, potatoes, useless. It's like
They're not
it's
useless.
a carb. It's a carb,
They're
and it's not a
useless.
protein. Fish need the protein, so it's useless.
Okay, that's useless then.
Deb Charge says,
Skylar
I want to
gets
hear some of
potato.
your music from the time with the band. You can listen to my videos and you will hear us from time to time. Ask everybody out there. I put on, this is my band. Boom, we're playing this song or whatever. Ginger says, where's Hoover? And also, does Big Rich have other kids? And why don't they come on the show? And why doesn't Reaper come on anymore? Reaper only shows up here during the daytime. He goes home at nighttime. He drinks his beer and he goes to sleep.
He needs his beer.
As far as the kids, I have 3 kids, and Josh is the youngest, and he lives about a mile from me. The other kid lives about 40 miles from me, and the oldest kid lives about 5 hours from me. So they don't come on unless they're here in town. You know what I'm saying?
Charger work.
Bob Taylor says, it's a huge fire, Yellow Rescue. Yes, it was.
Oh my gosh.
John Gotti says, can you please post the old videos? We have Josh running you over and the oldies but goodies, please. I think I did post them into the members only. Let me see what else.
Phoenix Rising says people get cheated on every single day. It happens. You either learn from it or move on or let it destroy you.
I have Lester Miller says, I bet people would love to see Rich play. I have played on the live before, and it's a terrible pickup because the guitar is so loud. This mic just freaks out. So it wasn't a good thing. But yeah, I've got over 400 songs I can play, and I got to remember them. And
I gotta remember mine too. Should we play together, Rich, on all the live streams sometime?
You had once said that you were so amazed by my playing, and I started playing in front of you. And then next thing I seen, you were watching your phone instead of listening to me. So I stopped pulling out the guitar.
I was listening to you, but I'll be back.
I stopped pulling out the guitar.
I'll be back up. Okay. I listen. That's how it goes in my head. Speaking of which,
Magazine says people do get cheated on every day. It happens. You either learn from it and move on, or let it destroy you. I'm telling you, it was hard not to let it destroy me. It almost destroyed me. I moved on, but I swore I would never be in a situation like that again. Jason Grabowski says $5 and says Booski. Okay, thank you.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Kelly Rema says, Rich, you're such a good looking guy. Hey, for 59 years old, here's my forehead. There's no receding hair. You know what I'm saying? It's there. Usually at 30, all my friends are like receding way back here, and then they're way back here,
Hey,
So thank you for that. I appreciate that, Kelly.
You do have good hair. But hey, okay, so when you play guitar, should I take out my viola? Once I put the tape on?
You can try.
No, you just got to tell me what scale
to play.
Can you
keep up?
If you tell me what scale to keep playing,
I'm going to play Scorpions.
I can keep
Sales
up.
of Sharon. Now, can you keep up? I don't think so. Just saying, I don't think so.
I'm saying,
all you guys out there, I'm going to turn you on to something. You all know the Scorpions because of Rock You Like a Hurricane. The Zoo, okay? Gorky Park. Look back at 1979 Scorpions, and you're going to hear the Scorpions with a lead guitarist called Uli John Roth. I'm telling you, this Sales of Sharon song is effing amazing, okay? The Scorpions should have made it back then. They didn't. And they changed guitarists, but that song is to die for, ain't it?
And I showed it to you.
Is that song not to die for?
It's probably my favorite song of all time.
It's amazing.
All right, so here we go. I don't know if they can see it.
Put all that away. Wait, this is a nice. What is this? This is your.
You got it for me.
Yeah, I bought that for you.
Yeah.
What is that?
So instead of 4 strings like a usual violin, it's got 5 strings. So
It's
it also has
called
the
viola.
Yeah, the viola.
Let's show us a little something.
It's not tuned, so I'm not really gonna be able to.
Come on.
can't really put anything into it. Let's see the A string or E string. Yeah, that's not in tune.
Bob Taylor says, I saw them back in the Odeon. I played the Odeon. The Odeon is here in Cleveland. And he saw them back in the 80s. John Gotti says, it's a viola. He knows.
No, it's not technically a viola. I played actually for 7 years.
It's 5 string.
It's a violin. It's technically you'd call it a fiddle. It's not a violin.
Violin has 4 strings. Viola has 5 strings.
Viola has 4 strings. I played viola in high school. The only difference is viola only goes up to an A string, or violin goes up to an E string, and then the violin's missing the lowest string.
Well, that's an electric.
This one has
viola.
everything. It's a viola violin. It's a violin.
A violin.
But if you can read sheet music, it's easy to play it in both.
All right, so guys, go check out. What's it called? Shades of Sharon? Sales of Sharon.
Sales of Sharon.
Sales of Sharon.
Should we play it?
The Scorpions in 1979. And listen to that. And then you're going to hear Uli John Roth, great guitarist. He's gonna just be so rude in your face with his lead. It's amazing. The song is amazing. It's nonstop.
Yeah, I need to tune this. Tune it all.
Was that Batman? Let's hear some Devil Went Down to Georgia.
You want to play some guitar? I think that's in tune. That's not in tune at all.
No, not enough. Not at all. Come on now. Pick up the fiddle. Play some Devil Went Down to Georgia. Or
let me get my other
go
guitar.
on home.
I'm going to get my other guitar. I think that would...
She can't play either one. It's horrible. She can play a little bit of one thing, but she can't play the guitar at all. But she has her heart set into it, so you gotta give her credit.
What were you saying? Were you talking shit?
What are you playing?
Fucked it
You're
up.
just beating the shit out of the guitar.
Playing, I don't know, just fucking chords.
Just fucking chords. That's not. Wow. D024 says, does Skylar have an OnlyFans? Yes, she does.
Oh my god, Rich.
That's not funny. The last time somebody asked that, I said yes, and everybody sent me things. You know, what's Skylar's OnlyFans? What's Skylar OnlyFans? She don't have an OnlyFans.
Maybe I should start one. Who's gonna pay for it? Shit. I need to make money.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. Are you ready to end this live stream? I've got to get back, take care of Tracy. Ready?
Sure, we can end the live stream.
Let's join in it on. Play us. Show us some guitar picking.
I forget everything.
You forget everything?
Yeah, just let me play my chords. I told you, I forget.
Uh-oh. John Gotti says, Rich, I want to be fair. I'm a $150 donation in for a date with Skylar. Before this live is done, give everyone a last chance. Bid 2 minutes, last call to take Skylar, the talented, good personality, and beautiful. Aw, he called you talented, good personality, and beautiful. Aw, John Gotti loves you. You gonna go out on a date with him?
$50. You get a chaperone?
Do you need a chaperone? I mean, I think he'll be safe. Oh, you want a chaperone for you? Oh my God.
It's annoying to play without an amp.
Uh-oh. It's a crying shame, says she's a cheap date. Just buy some cockroaches and scorpions.
Oh my God.
You don't have to buy surf and turf. Scorpions and cockroaches. That's funny. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. Uh, uh. Okay, John Gotti says 160 now is my bid. Play me a song, Skylar, and Rich can come as well.
I need an amp here.
Show us what you can do. Come on, woman.
I need an amp so it sounds good.
Seriously, no, you don't. You can be doing finger tabs. You can be doing, whatever you want. Here, I'll show you. Here, let me see that. There's no amp.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right?
play.
You got a pick in your hand?
No
pick? I'll play without a pick. All right. Oh my God, your strings are so loose. All right, here we go. Just got to keep going. You can't hear much because there's no amp. But you don't need a pick. You can use your finger. You can just rock it out.
Well, after this live stream's over, I'm gonna get this tuned and I'm gonna get my tape on it. You're gonna help me out with that, yeah?
No, I'm not.
No, you're gonna help me. I
This
know.
live stream's done. I'm going back to the fish room. I'm going to take care of Tracy.
No, we're doing it here, right now. Then you're close to Tracy. All right, are we done for the night?
Yeah, let's call it a night. What do we got here?
Love you guys. Somebody said if you take my tenor amp, you won't need a amp and we'll be able to hear you. OBG, send it to me. I actually had it. Used to play ukulele. I didn't have a tenor. I forget it's the one right above. This Fishing with Dano said after dark and backyard boats. Shit, maybe. Maybe I'll start a live stream tonight on my channel. Backyard boats.
Go have fun. All right, guys. We're out of here. I've got to take care of Tracy. I've got, things to do. I've been sitting for like 2.5 hours straight. My legs are hurting. I got to get up.
It's been like 3 hours.
Was it 3 hours?
A little over 3 hours.
Oh, OBG Foster says she'll come drop it off in person. She lives in Canton. Well, if you're going to drop something off in person, come on over and check out the fish room.
Has OBG Foster ever been here before?
Not that I know of.
OBG, get your ass over here. Get your ass over here, woman. How's that?
Yeah, it's been 3 hours, they say.
I used to play a bunch.
All right, guys. We're out of here. Thank you for joining the Fishy Friday. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it.
Amy,
love you guys. It's my best time of the week.
And Amy is coming over here. That's OBG Foster.
Okay. Anytime.
Yeah, anytime. You can send me a message. I told you.
For like a year, OBG Foster was a dude.
I know. I thought OBG Foster was a dude. I just, I don't know. The sound of it just.
All right, guys. You take care. I'm going to go ahead and find a way to end this live stream now.
As always.
As always, stay fishy, my friend.
There you go.
All right, I gotta find